You ready? We rolling? Was that all in? Yep. Okay, good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Bussin' with the Boys. Before we get started on this beautiful ride, let's talk about a beautiful thing, and that's a Chevy Silverado. Playoff pictures are starting to emerge, but one team has already won it all. That team is Chevy, and its star player, the Silverado, a truck with unstoppable grit and determination. According to J.D. Power, Chevy trucks have earned more new vehicle quality awards than any other brand, and that's some serious hardware. Head over to Chevy.com to learn more. The Silverado, as strong and dependable as the people that drive them. For J.D. Power 2022 U.S. award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Now,
I know. Hang on. I know we got to give some flowers on the battery. You were feeling good on that.
I needed that.
It's like, hang on a second.
Yeah, let the boy in on that thing. I kind of like wearing the headset, but you're not wearing.
I was looking for the ears. I couldn't find them.
Ears are always down there. I think there's a little cord. Coming on the podcast today is the legendary, arguably the best tight end in Tennessee Titan franchise history, Delanie Walker. We will obviously get into that.
Dude, our very first Bussin' with the Boys guest.
I know. Besides episode 000, our first one.
Like
that one didn't even fucking count.
That's just like, hey, we're about to do a podcast type thing.
Yeah.
I was nervous, just shaking in my boots with that.
It was nerve wracking.
Yeah,
sitting on a couple of stumps. Dude.
Yeah. But
holding the microphone.
Delanie was the first guest in Bussin' history. Oh,
he just rolling?
Here he is. Come on in, Delanie.
Come on, Delanie. Usually we film these intros after the guest comes. We talk about, hey, this is what we talked about. This is what we did. But it sounds like with Delanie, the kind of guy he is, we're just going to have this intro with him on.
We might as well.
Might as well.
I mean, he's a friend of the show.
He's going to have to learn what Shoutout, No Free Shoutout is and Here Talk. Get in here, Mom. Good to see you.
Good to see y'all, boy.
God, as handsome as the day I first met you.
I don't age. How y'all doing over there?
Black don't crack, bro.
Hey, that microphone's right behind you. So I'm actually excited to see you because I was talking to an individual about a year ago.
Yeah.
And they go, hey, have you seen Delanie lately? I said, no. What's going on? He goes, oh, you gotta get that closer to your face. He goes, Delanie's gotten kind of fat.
Ooh.
That's what I heard. And this is not my words. I'm the messenger. You can't shoot me here, but this is what I was told.
Yeah.
And obviously they were sadly mistaken.
They were hating.
Yeah, they were absolutely
They
hating.
said I was fat.
They said you were gaining weight in a rough way.
I'm glad that you had to hear that too. Just because
Really?
of what you did to me in 2018.
I mean,
Do you remember that?
yours was true. Mine wasn't.
Man,
No, I remember that.
He goes, you guys were in the sauna because that's where Delanie got all his workouts in.
No.
We were going to the tub.
We was in the tub.
And I'm standing up, and you know how you got the spandex
Yeah,
on, they
but-
grab you, and
Yeah.
I've never been favored in the
No,
spandex.
you had just walked in, bro. I was in the cold tub because y'all must have just got done with practice. And I don't think you was practicing. Was you hurt at this time?
Probably got a hammy.
I was hurt.
Yeah,
in
you was hurt.
18.
So you was coming in and getting the cold tub, and I looked up like, damn, Comp, you ain't been working out.
I've been working out. And I was like, just getting in the cold tub, like, fuck me, that's the worst thing to hear.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was a hard story to hear for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I want to know who said that, man. That's crazy.
How
They
you
said
know him?
I was fat. They said I was
They
getting
said
fat.
you were gaining weight, but obviously they're wrong. Like you don't have to be.
No, I
you
know.
don't have to be
I'm just-
upset
I
about
wonder
that.
if it's a lookalike out there or something.
Ain't nobody look like Delanie Walker.
No,
It's a gang of people with that hairstyle there.
You did kind of do that. You started
Yeah,
that.
and now I
At
said,
first, you used to just be like the fade or dreads, and you had a nice little mix of the two.
yeah, I had like just a rat pack. You know, it was just nappy,
Yeah.
with dreads with the afro. You know?
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know if I can say that word, but I feel like for individuals that have said hair, you just said
What
like
hair?
you kept it clean.
Yeah.
And APPY, I don't think we can say that as white individuals.
We can't say nappy?
You
Oh,
can say nappy.
I don't know, dude. I've had a
What
couple
y'all
of black
think?
dudes say you can't say
Real
nappy.
They
touchy
all like,
words.
yeah,
I am
It always
touchy.
makes me nervous to say
I
words.
know.
I mean,
can't say
honestly,
nappy?
y'all on this podcast now and it's bussing. So
What do you think of the glow up? Dude, you were our first
I was
guest.
the first
guest.
guest. You know, I'm glad to be back on the bus. It looks good, man. Y'all been doing a lot of big things. I'm happy. It still don't drive, but
I
Yeah.
know, it's
Yeah, that's
been a
tough.
tough deal.
That's an L we've afforded and decided to take.
really,
But look at how far this has come.
I know. Look
Really,
at
the
that.
windows look better.
Letting himself go.
Outside.
Yeah, outside, bro.
Yeah.
Hot as fuck.
Mention a point. It was only 12 minutes long, that episode.
No, just because it was a clip.
Oh, it was
Back then, we didn't do the full episode.
Yeah.
We just dropped the clip.
Because I think he was on for like, I mean, it had to be like an hour or
It had
something.
to be
Yeah,
like
yeah,
an
yeah.
hour.
He was
For
on
a
a
while.
while.
Yeah.
Hour
Because
16.
the first episode, we had our first headline from the first episode because it was Delanie talking about how the Titans IV people almost killed him in the game.
Bro, they got so mad at me because I
had to go
co-signed with you.
I know.
And the next week, I saw the IV guys. I'm like, "What's up, boys? How we doing?" They're like, "Hey." I'm like, "Oh, what's wrong?"
They didn't like that.
They
was
were
like,
mad.
I was like, I'm just telling the truth. So,
Yeah.
I mean, y'all know what happened.
Every single time I get an IV, because they don't burp it. Well, they do now. They do now. They do a great. They do a phenomenal job now.
They do a great job.
I walked in and I said, "These are some great people." They did a phenomenal
I walked
job.
in this room, I said, "Wow, what a room!"
No, they always been great. I love them guys that's been giving us the IVs. It was just, it happened once, and
Yeah, it's like a story. Like you still tell the
Well,
story.
legit,
Oh,
if you
dude,
get air,
I was-
if you get air in your veins, you get like 50 cc's plus. Like you're hurting.
yeah, I was hurting. I couldn't breathe. I was coughing up blood.
Yes,
Like,
it's against Jacksonville, right?
It was against the Raiders preseason
Oh, that's right, in Oakland.
in Oakland.
Yes,
yeah.
on that dumbass baseball field,
Yup.
dude.
I
That
was
did you
kinda
play?
happy I didn't
No,
play.
you were with the new
It's
boys.
like, I don't want to play on this baseball field.
That is awful. You get around the 50-yard line, you're like, I could slip at any
falling.
moment.
Yeah, I'm not falling at all.
Yeah.
No blocking for these guys.
No, I remember that because I remember being on the sideline. People would be like, "Hey, is Delanie all right?" I'm like, "I don't know." Like he's had like 5 MAs. Like something's going on with him. Like he's not. He's like, "I'm out of it, cuh. I'm just out of it right now." I was like, "Yo, it's preseason. Like, what are you worried about?"
I mean, we broke for a long run. I'm walking. Coach like, "Why you walking?" I'm like, "I can't breathe." That's when they pulled me out, and then I started coughing up blood, and then they took me to the back.
So what they do when they took you to the back? Put you on your side?
They put me on my side, and they gave me like this breathing tube, and then I was just breathing out of that for like half the game.
Is it like oxygen or what? Because
No,
when I
it's
saw
like
you
a-
after, you seemed fine.
It was like an asthma thing. So they put this like some medicine in it, and then you just hold it on your mouth, and it like blows out smoke. I don't know. It was crazy. I'm just like sitting there.
All from that IV.
Yeah, off of my, because I was extra bloated, and it was like, oh, it's because of the air got into your lungs, you feel bloated. And then I was just sitting there like, okay, when it's gonna go away? They was like, just keep sucking on this. You should feel good.
There you go.
I forgot where I'm at. I forgot.
Oh my God. So you were sucking on it. That kept you to keep going. And then you felt better eventually.
Yeah. It was that kind of, that kind of day.
It was that kind of day.
Bro, so you're retired now.
I'm officially retired for sure. Yes, officially.
How's that feel? Like, what's it like? Like, what's life like? How'd you get to that outcome of? Because you were thinking about coming back there for a minute.
No, I never wasn't gonna come back. I was
No,
just,
wait,
I
hold
was
on.
just
In
talking.
the summertime 2021, right?
I was just talking. I wasn't coming back, man. I was just.
Why were you just talking? Were you going to see if you could maybe, float something,
I
put a
was
ski
gonna
mask
say, yeah.
on for a second?
I was just saying if somebody was gonna throw me that contract late in the season, like, yeah, I'll take it.
There you
I
go.
really didn't want to play though.
Yeah.
I'm tired of having surgeries. I'm tired of feeling like crap in the morning. You feel me? So it was just, I think I was done. I mean, I told Taylor every year I'm done. Every year I come in, I'm like, bro, this is it. He'd be like,
Yeah.
all right.
And every year he'd get more jacked and leaner. I'd be like,
Just with a speaker and a body workout in the steam room.
it's
That's
so
it.
I
disrespectful.
still do that. That's what I do constantly every day. Like literally, I just came from the steam room, busting down. Came over
What
here.
steam room you go to?
My house.
Oh,
I
wow.
built one.
He
in
did
the
well.
crib,
He did
man.
well.
I made some
Delanie
money.
did well for himself.
I ain't got Taylor money, but
You made some now. Yeah, you made
But you
quite
did.
a bit.
You had like a unique career because like your career really didn't start going off till like
yeah.
the back half
Yep.
because you were in San Francisco.
Yeah, but San Francisco, he was nice in San
Bro,
Francisco.
he was nice, but he was underrated nice. Like he wasn't getting
But
like
those were the
catches
guys
that.
who like watched it because in the Super Bowl, I remember like you was making those
Oh, yeah, I
fucking
was
monster.
making- yeah.
You were like known as the blocking guy, even though you could receive.
Yeah.
Because you were next to Vernon, and everybody's like, "Yo, everyone sleeps on this." Because you were number 40,
6.
46,
Rough
bro.
number,
You were
dude.
nice in San Fran.
You were 46 the whole time,
Yeah.
and you didn't think about changing that
You
once.
know why? Because
It is weak.
they put me at, it was weak.
It's
Yeah,
weak.
It was
That is
weak. I ain't
terrible.
even gonna lie, it was trash. I used to be like, man, this number boo-boo. But it was like all the 49er fans knew me as 46. So it was just like, why switch? They love me. You know what I'm saying? They love the 46. And I looked at it as I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna ball out, forget this number. And that's what I did. But they used me so much in the backfield that they didn't really want me to switch my number. They was like, nope, we want you to be 46, stay 46. Because I tried to switch it right when I made the team. I'm like, can I get like an 80 number? And they was like, nope.
Really?
Yeah. They was like, Mike Morris wants you to have 46. I'm like, what's up with this dude? Like, he want me to be trash? Like, it's like,
Yeah.
hey, but when I came in the league 2006, our jerseys was like them fishnet jerseys. So it was
Yeah.
like, dang.
Rocking them
it was
pennies.
Like, and it was a 4-6. So, it was the big boy. I was like,
Yeah.
heck, nah, I can't, nah. if we're gonna wear 4-6, I need a smaller jersey.
And you were rocking like core 4 special teams in the beginning too, right?
Oh, yeah. All 4 kickoff returner.
How long were you doing that for?
I pretty much did that my whole career until my last 2 years. I only played kickoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Even
And
in
then
Tennessee?
Oh
No, hell no. When he got
Oh, you meant your whole
He didn't even
contract with the
practice.
Niners. Got you.
He
I
didn't
was
even
like,
practice
hang on,
at
now,
Tennessee.
I don't remember you.
Yeah.
in the
He would literally
teams
during camp, like he would make fun of me for practicing.
Oh yeah, I know,
Yeah.
because
He's like,
Delanie
you
got,
really out here practicing? I'd be like, year 2. Like, yeah, I am. He's like, oh, that's crazy, go. And like, walk
Delanie
away.
got all the love in Tennessee. We'll
Yeah,
get
he
in.
really did.
We'll get into that. We can get
Yeah,
into
they
that.
was cool people. I love Tennessee, man.
You was gonna ask something about being on the Niners?
No, I was just going through the process, like be on the Niners.
Yeah.
When you were leaving the Niners, like was that year 7 you left?
Yep, year 7.
Year 7, and then you went to the Titans. Like, how was that departure? Like, how'd you feel about that? Because you grew up in California. You're low key in California. Besides this D3 Missouri
You wanna
school you
stay
went
with
to in
Stanford?
college.
At the time I did, because I knew they was gonna go back to the championship game. They lost that year, but you know what? I don't think I'm actually involved. Like, I don't get carried away with like me leaving the team or going to a different team. I was like, who gonna pay me?
Right.
I need to be the starter, because I'm in my mind, you know what I'm saying? Vernon my dog, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm better than this guy. Like, you know, that's how I think about anybody when I go on the field. I'm better than him. So I just need the opportunity to show that. And the Titans was like, we got Craig Stevens, but he the blocker. Once they said that, I said, oh, hell yeah, that's what I was. Let me come in and be the catcher then. And it worked out, bro. I mean, I ain't even gonna lie. I was disappointed when I first got to Tennessee, obviously,
We
because
sucked.
we sucked. We didn't have nothing. We didn't even have a steam room when I first got here. I had to think about that. We didn't have a steam room, and cold tub was terrible. I mean, the whole facility was bad. But they started to grow as we started to win, so that was good.
What was the relationship like with Vernon? Because I got to play with Vernon in Washington, and the Vernon that I feel like I know is way different than the Vernon that you know.
Oh yeah, the Vernon you know now, that's not the same Vernon.
All smiles, very professional, just the nicest dude.
Oh, he
of
always
all
been
time.
that way though.
Was Vernon the
But he
dude?
always seemed very buttoned up. Like,
Yeah,
you see some of the old photos of him in the club shirtless and shit like that, and you're just like, who in the fuck is this?
Oh yeah,
That's not the Vernon I know at all, bro.
because Vernon was quiet. You know what I'm saying? Vernon was quiet before he had his wife and doing all the stuff he doing now, whatever he got going on. This is the past Vernon. So
Establish that. This is
Yeah. It's no longer happening.
Yeah. So when I met Vernon, you know what I'm saying? He was Click Clack to me. That's what I called him, Click Clack. Because everybody knew him from Click Clack, obviously, and he cried during the draft. So I'm like, is that the dude that cried? But I didn't know how big
You
he
pulled
was.
that video of him crying. I want to see
until I
that.
seen him, right? I'm like, oh,
bro, he is
huge. But he didn't know who he was, but I did. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
thought I was Vernon homeboy. Didn't even play in the league at first, because he'll be like, man, I like that girl. I'll run over there. What's up? What's your name? Tell me. I'll be like, you know who that is? They like, no. I'm like, that's Click Clack. They like, the dude, the Click Clack? I said, yeah, that's Click Clack. They like, what? I'm like, bring all your homegirls. Let's do it. So he loved me because I would just get any and everybody for this dude. Any and not that one. Not that one. That's my dog, man. He was emotional. Yeah, the one from the draft.
Okay, this is the video of him too crying. He's like,
we don't need the fake crying video.
bro. They said he was doing like acting now, right? And he's like, well, give us a scene, and he just starts crying.
Yeah.
He acting right now, man. He in the
That is
BET
hilarious.
specials
So you were
and
like the best sidekick of all time, basically. You were goated
yeah.
as the
Outstanding
as the guy who
wingman.
wanted to-
Delaney is an outstanding. He doesn't care about. He's legit like the people we talk about that like have no shame in talking to somebody.
Yeah.
That is Delanie Walker.
Yeah, I don't care. Like I knew he was the first round. See, Vernon flew me everywhere, DC, Miami. I never paid for anything, so it was just like, shoot, what'd you say? Go get man. That's nothing. We stayed in a penthouse in Vegas. Wherever he give me my room, I'm like, man, what girl you want? That's nothing. That's why they call me D Love, because they like, that boy good. Yeah, that boy good. I go anywhere and just talk, man, and make it happen. So me and Vernon became real close like that. And then just in the game, you know, if he didn't know what he had, I'll tell him and stuff like that. So that kind of worked out well for him too, and vice versa. So
Wait, you legit had to tell him. You said in the Super Bowl.
oh yeah, I had to tell him a few
Hey,
plays.
Vernon slant, And he was
I mean,
going to run a
'cause
slant.
sometimes it'd be like, you know what I mean, the plays would be, you know how we have one word plays.
Yeah.
And sometimes I guess he just didn't study him as much as he should have, and be like, man, what I got right here? I'll be like, bro, Vernon slant. Like, you get the ball.
You're getting the ball. That is crazy. What is Harbaugh? When you were at San Francisco, was he one of the best coaches you ever had?
Harbaugh could be coming back in the league.
No, he's not.
No.
He could be.
He could
It'll
be.
be rumored.
You
every
really
year.
think he gonna leave Michigan?
I think we've talked about this. I think it really turns into what's his team look like next year. If he thinks, hey, my team might fall off for the next couple of years, I could see him dipping.
Yeah.
And
Like, that's
taking
just-
a pay cut?
And if the
Smart.
roster,
He's not gonna take a pay
if the
cut.
roster's right in the NFL, like, you know, you get into a better situation.
But I'm saying he gonna take a pay cut. If he leave Michigan, he gonna get paid less to be an NFL owner.
What's he getting paid now?
But to Taylor's point, like, you could look at the roster and think, like, you know, Michigan might not be where they're at right now.
They're in the
over next
playoffs
couple
the
years.
second year in a row.
You dip
I
before
know.
you know, ultimately get fired.
You think they gonna fire Jim?
I don't think so. I'm just trying to play long game. Like, you
Yeah.
just have to think
You
ahead.
got to think ahead because
You
the
do.
coach, all it takes is a season and a half. Sometimes just a season.
But Jim is 36. Come on, bro. He ain't leaving.
That's 5 years, 36.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know. You really never know.
Yeah, you never fucking know, man.
I hope he doesn't.
But
I hope
if
he stays
did,
forever.
If he did, what was your experience like with him as the head man?
Best coach ever.
Oh, for
I
real?
love Jim. Jim, the reason why I was able to do what I did. Other coaches, when they wouldn't even put me on the field to be a fullback, just go lead block. Jim was like, you got so much talent. And he had coached me in the Las Vegas Bowl, so he knew exactly who I was. So at the end of the day, he was like, I need you to be pretty much a quarterback of this offense too, so I can play multiple positions. And he was just real, man. I like coaches like that. He never beat around the bush. He was the type of dude where he would put a basketball in the court in the locker room. You come in the morning, he's shooting free throws. You like, what the hell? He like, come get a one-on-one. Like, he want to get a one-on-one. Physical though. Like, he bumping you. You got to toss him around to get the rebound. Like, he ain't scared. And I'm like, this is the type of coach I like, ready to fight. And I don't know if I should bring this up, but that Detroit game, that's what really made me like that man. You know, when he went over there and slapped Cuzzo in the back and just kept moving. And the
What-
big
hey,
fight.
pull-
I don't think I.
Yeah. Yeah.
Handshake, right?
He shaked him, but he slapped him in the back. Yeah,
He does have that kind of like mentality.
He's
He just-
steady,
He's
though.
intense. Like, he's got them eyes,
bro. When he started doing that, like thing at like
When he
in
got
Michigan,
serious,
he
yeah.
got real serious.
Yeah.
Because it seems like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, he's like, what the fuck?
The other
course they
coach
like
was,
that.
he didn't
He
like
like
that.
that.
He didn't like that. What?
Fucking fist pump.
Because he was like, man, once I kick his ass, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to slap him in the back as hard as I can. And he did it.
He said that before. He said that before the game. Did he
Yeah,
have beef with? Did he have beef with
I think
Schwartz?
they had beef. Because
But
they used
yeah,
to
they're
coach.
beefing right now.
Yeah, they used to coach with each other back in the day.
Schwartz is at the Titans now.
No,
Oh,
he
he's still with
not.
them?
Yeah, he's like a defensive liaison.
Are you
Yes,
serious?
he's there. He walks around there all the time. I'm pretty sure that's him.
I won
Yeah,
that.
he-
Oh,
he
yeah, I
did
won
get
that
brought in.
game too. I just thought about
And he's still there.
that.
Look at him.
He didn't like that. Boom! Get your ass out of the way.
Oh my God, look at him.
Yeah, I
Oh.
love that. I love how he said it too. Before
Man, it
We're
was
gonna
a
beat their
rumble
ass
right
in
there.
the
Who's
back.
76?
That's Anthony.
Just Anthony, like Madonna.
He can
No
play.
last name.
Yeah.
He's just, dude. That's a fucking move right there.
Yeah,
That is a nice little flex.
he did that, man. He was he talked about doing it and he did it. I was like, damn, this dude crazy.
Who was if Harbaugh was the best coach you ever had? Who was your least favorite coach you had in the NFL?
Damn, man, that's tough. I hate to say that. You never know. Maybe end up working for one of these coaches or
Yeah.
something. So
You trying to coach? You trying to get into
I
coaching?
don't know. Maybe down the line it may happen. You know what I mean? When I feel like I'm old and not able
You
to
really
walk.
think you'd want to work for Vrabel?
I work with Braves.
Just fuck it.
Bro, you
That's
don't
me
want to
trying
do
to say that.
coaching.
Oh no, I like
You're
Braves.
man, I don't know
No,
who I should say is
No,
elite.
honestly,
I
You
thought
know
myself,
who
oh,
you
Reese,
work-
I don't
you
know
work
the thing. I was like, Vrabel, huh?
No, it's not. It's definitely
you
not
don't work for
Vrabel.
Braves?
I like Vrabel.
What about-
I'll have to say Singletary is probably my least favorite coach.
Yeah.
It's because he was old school. We hit every day. It was crazy the way we practiced, the way he talked to us. It was like
A little disrespectful.
a little disrespectful.
Really?
Yeah, you see what he did to Vernon?
Yeah.
Play with him.
I saw that, but you never know. Like he's got the image of himself. Like you watch his football life and everything. The way he seems to be like family, the football player.
He
like
is a family guy.
He's football inside and out. So you just never know what the context is.
I mean, he a family guy. Obviously, he had his family there, but don't mean every coach ain't a good coach. I mean, just because you play the game at a high level, don't mean you not a coach it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Were you on that team when he did that to Vernon?
Yeah, I was on it.
Did Vernon deserve that?
Nah, man. Vernon dropped like 2 passes that game. He caught a pass and then like flicked the ball on a person and got a personal foul, took it back. He goes, you ain't that good to be doing that. He tells Vernon that on the sideline. So Vernon loses his crap. Like, who you talking to? He said, I'm talking to you. Go to the locker room. You're done.
Oh, no shit.
It was that simple. There's no context to practice earlier in the week or nothing.
Nothing.
No history with Vernon.
Bruh. Oh, no, he just never liked it, Vernon. Because he made a rap song right after that. He came out. Singletary made a rap song. Y'all think I'm playing?
Singletary made a rap song?
Singletary made a rap song?
Oh, he's talking about Vernon.
Oh, Singletary. He came in after he kicked Vernon out the game and when did the press conference. Can't play with him, won't play with him, can't win with him, did all of that. The next day he came in, he was like, man, I was sitting at the house and this song came to me and I just had to write it. And we like, damn, what are you talking about? I made this rap song. It may correlate to some of y'all. And then he was like, boom, boom, all about me. Boom, boom, all about me. On Sundays, if I don't get the rock, I'm mad. Ooh, like just whole rap song about Vernon. I'm sitting there in the seat like, oh my God.
No,
this man just took our whole meeting to do a rap song. Yeah, he did the whole rap song for the whole team meeting. Then we broke up.
Like 2 minutes and 30 seconds of rapping.
Yeah.
And just disrespecting Vernon.
Yeah.
What was Vernon doing during this?
Vernon was.
You had to sit near him.
I was sitting right next to Vernon.
And what was he doing?
He just looking, bro. Vernon just staring at him. I was dying. I was sitting there like, God damn, Vernon, don't cry.
That's got to be.
Don't cry, because that'll make me mad. Like, not a sad cry, like an angry cry, because he can't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like where you can't do nothing, you just so mad.
You just start crying.
You just start crying.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there with Malarkey.
Oh, that is fucking wild.
Yeah. He made a rap song, bro.
I'm sitting there trying to picture that.
Dude, that would be the most insane thing
just
that's
the
ever
next
happened.
morning, like you would almost think, hey, this
It's
happened
all about
yesterday.
me.
You kind of address it.
Yeah, he addressed it by making a rap song. And I was just like, and then, that following week, we lost that game and they fired that man at halftime.
No way.
Yeah, they fired Singletary at halftime.
What year was this?
Right. And then was Tom Sula your head coach?
Yep.
How fucking awesome is Tom Sula,
Tom
bro?
Sula the best. We won
How
the
do you
last
know
2 games.
Tom Sula was our D-line coach at Washington, talking about Italian as hell, bro. Talk about
chain hanging,
button down.
Button
You want to
down.
double your money, fold it up, and put it back in your pocket.
Yeah.
He said, you want to know how to be fat now? You eat a double hoagie. That's how you fucking eat pizza, double hoagie.
Just like that.
Crush a case of beer.
No way.
You would
There
go
you
and
go,
sit with
right
him
there.
after practice during training camp. It'd be him,
Look at a picture of him.
Coach Minuski,
Yeah.
and they'd sit and have a beer. You had Minuski too?
Yeah, Badusky too.
Bro, they were the duo, bro.
They was
Hey,
the
that's a
best.
soprano-looking guy, dude.
Bro,
he was connected for sure.
He was the man. I'm not
You
even
want to
gonna
double
lie.
your money, fold the thing, put it in your pocket.
Yeah, he say sayings like that all the time. But when he became the coach, I think we won our last 2 games with him as the coach. But then they hired Jim Harbaugh right after that.
Bro, Tom Sula's the
He the
fucking
man.
best, bro. He be like, hey, comp, you know what I got? I got what you call fuck you money. They paid me in San Fran.
They paid
I'm
me.
coming over here. I want to be here.
Yeah.
He said, you think I'm splitting reps with my guy? You see all the reps that the guys get split out there in the field? He's like, I get to make those decisions. Nobody tells me how to run my room.
Hey,
I swear, bro.
he not lying.
Man, bro.
He is not lying. I love
You do
him.
that voice solid.
He do
No,
it.
you
You
do
do
that
that pretty
good.
You
good.
literally you want to seek out sitting with him in the lunchroom because
yeah.
he's just got stories. And
Really?
he's the best, man.
Yeah.
Him and Minuski are like
Minuski.
best friends. They vacate together. He'd be like, hey, Will, you know how you want to go on a vacation? He's like, you find the rich motherfuckers that take the yachts. They want to go to Europe. He's like, when they park their boat, they're over in Europe for like a week or 2. He's like, then you tell the captain driving the yacht, he's like, you just pay him half of what they're getting paid, and then you get the yacht. He said, you just find the rich people that dock their boats and they're spending time there for a couple weeks. He's like, then you can pay the captain and then you get that yacht for
I would have
price.
cameras on my boat just for that reason. 'Cause
My God.
People can do that. That is so true. You park your boat somewhere and that captain, if you go to another state or city, that boat just sitting there.
It's just sitting there
You ain't
He
lying.
said, you got a vacation with the family for 2 weeks.
for 2 weeks.
That's what he's saying, bro. He's a legend.
Where's he at now? What's he doing now?
I don't know.
I don't know,
Jim
man.
Tomsula. See if he's the coach somewhere. I know he went to.
Literally a YouTube right here. Where is he now? It says gym teacher, but I can't imagine that.
Bro, they
That
said
is not true.
they said the press conferences
You know what
were.
I got? I got fuck you money. I'm here because I want to be
Where
hit.
Minuski at?
Minuski's in Minnesota.
Minnesota. So I got that. We only came here for 2 reasons: to chew bubble gum
Yeah.
and kick ass. And
And
we
I'm
all
all
up
out of
with it.
bubble gum.
I got
That's
that from him
Minuski.
because he used to do that when he played with Kansas City. He used to do that every game. And when he became our coach, I liked him so much. He always would come mess with me and joke around and stuff. I started watching videos on. I'm like, oh, I like that saying.
He's a crazy.
He
He's fun,
is
bro.
crazy though too. He crazy too.
He's fun. Like he'll come in your room and surprise you back. Da-da.
Yeah.
Hey, back. We're gonna hit this guy. Thoosh. We're gonna put thoosh. Just fucking draw over the board.
Yeah.
Thoosh. Hit him. Just fuck them all.
Yeah.
And you be like, hell yeah, bro.
He in Europe now?
NFL head coach.
Come on, Jim.
Wow.
Tom, what are you doing over here?
Wait up, we still got-
He took a yacht over to Europe.
We still got NFL
You got the
Europe
family
still?
out there.
This says 2000.
So that's
Yeah, okay. I was about to say we don't have NFL Europe no more. Something
Bro,
is corrode.
he's the EFL. What's the EFL? ELF. He's Elf?
I don't know what it.
Second. What?
Hey, no one
is
knows
that
who
the
Jim
new
Tom
league?
is.
Is
That's
that
the
the
new
new
league?
league?
Dude, that's hilarious.
Bro, just a monster dipping, dude.
That's
Chain
funny.
hanging.
That's funny that you know them 2 dudes,
Dude,
bro.
that
Yeah,
shit
he
is
back
funny.
thoosh. Fuck him. You just fucking hit them all.
Yeah, you would have liked them too, though, Taylor. I promise you. We didn't
Hell
have
yeah.
nothing like that at the Titans.
Sounds like you guys had a bit of a interesting deal over at San Francisco.
Well, he was at Washington. They went to Washington after they came from San Francisco.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in San Francisco, it was just like the Titans. We had a different coach, a different coaching staff every year. So every year, that's why I know so many coaches because they all came through the building and they all
Revolving
got
door.
fired. Yeah, it was like, y'all terrible, next. Y'all terrible, next.
No
It was just
way.
like, yeah. And I feel bad because the coaches get fired even when the players is terrible. And we was in San Francisco
Right.
partying every night when we was having to lose. After the game, we'd have a bus waiting for all of us, take us party. We was terrible because we just partied every night and did what we wanted. It was San Francisco, it was like lit, you know what I mean? Then as Jim Harbaugh came in, first day he came, he was like, I'm about to burn the grass. And we all like, damn, what the hell he talking about? That was the first meeting. He's like, I'm gonna burn the grass. We like, burn the grass? He like, yeah, because I want to find all the snakes. And then every day he was releasing cats like, hold on, we might be next. So it was just like everybody started to change around with Jim.
Yeah.
Because he was bringing in cats he played with at Stanford that wasn't no names. He just knew that they worked hard and he was like, this is what I want. This is what I want out of everybody. And them cats that came from Stanford was just like running hard at practice,
Going hard, yeah.
going hard. Cats like, okay, hold on. He
hard,
letting us
cuz.
know. He don't care about big names right now. I'll let you go if you don't do your job. So I think
That's how it is too.
Yeah.
It's like because even if you're on a bad team, the media saying, "Oh, it's the coaches," the players are gonna feed into that. Be like,
Yep.
"We ain't got the coaches."
Yeah.
When you're not playing well because you're trying to have your job the
yeah.
next year on the
The
roster.
doggy dog world, dude.
It
Everyone's
is
just
a
trying to get
dog-eat-dog
theirs.
world, bro.
Everyone is just trying to get theirs. What did you like the locker room comparison between the Titans and the 49ers? Like, what did you like find yourself enjoying more?
I would have to say when I was in San Francisco, when I came in the league, it was different, right? Because 2006, it was hazing. It was just like, you know, they can treat us a little different.
Yeah.
You know, they can do a
It was
lot to
crazy.
you. So it was almost where I think that's why I had that mentality when I got to the Titans. I didn't really, if you was a rookie, I ain't talk to you unless I thought you was going to be good or
No,
something.
you did not.
Like
You did
that.
not talk to
Bro, you have
anybody.
some funny stories about
Bro.
Delanie.
Dude, I've said this in the podcast before, where Delanie would literally walk up. Like guys would walk up to Delanie in his locker and he'd be doing his little routine, his little skin routine or whatever. My dude, no one took longer getting ready after practice
Just
than
a
this man.
full setup around his
Had a
locker.
full
too. He's gotta-
fucking setup.
He's got to have the speaker there,
Yeah.
and like he's got to have a full.
And it'd be like a third or fourth round draft pick. Like, the dude that was drafted, he'd be like, hey, Mr. Walker, like, nice to meet you. And he'd be like, I'm not going to shake your hand. If you make the team, I'll know your name.
Yeah.
And he would just go back to doing whatever. And he would see these poor cats like so like defeated, so deflated.
Because they're meeting Delanie. Like,
They're
man,
meeting
I'm
Delanie
fired up
Walker.
for Delanie.
Me and Delanie.
It's just because like
I did Moss Delanie though in summer.
no, I liked it when you came in. I kind of was like, I watched it. I'm like, okay, this dude crazy, and then you had got into a lot of other stuff on those fightings and stuff. So I'm like, I like old linemen like that. I don't want an old lineman where I can come up and be like, I could probably beat this dude up. Like that shouldn't be the case in football. The old lineman should be like, I mean, we can fight, but he may beat me up. Though, but if I can be like, I can whoop this dude, I don't want him as an old lineman. So when Taylor came, I was like, okay, let's see. He went to Michigan. He seemed crazy. But then we played like this flag football game. And this dude was out there running routes, catching passes. I'm like, oh, okay. He caught a pass on me. I kind of slacked on him. I kind of was just sitting back and he got behind me. Yo,
He was in front of me. I go, this is fucking mine, dude.
He scored a touchdown. I'm like, okay. And then after that, I started hanging out with Taylor and I was like, I like this dude. So I talked to Taylor before that. I knew he was going to be a player anyway at the end of the day because I just hung out with him. But any other dude that came in, they had a brand new car, like chain on them. And you ain't did shit. You don't, nah. And I'm pockets. Every time you on the pockets, you pockets. I had a nickname for anybody. If you did anything you did I didn't like, I probably was going to say it jokingly, but it was real.
Meant it.
But I meant it.
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying? I think Cass felt that, but to me, that's how I feel like I'm going to make you better. Like, don't think you good because you not good yet.
Who was that safety that went to, I think he went to Nebraska?
Oh.
That wanted to fight you that one day.
Stafford?
Yes, dude.
Damian
Like,
Stafford.
in practice, something happened. Delanie did one of those real jokes where he was just like disrespecting this man.
That's when the eye watches first came out.
Mm.
And he brought one. And I walked up, said, damn, bro, you gonna go broke.
And he would have legit took you down.
No, he went to the car. He ran to the car and everything.
Bro, he was in your face. Like, he was like about to legit fight Delanie. And Delanie was
Oh, I
sitting in his
believe-
locker.
yeah,
He's in his locker laughing.
I was
Like,
like-
he's like in his face, like this close. And
He
he
was
was like,
he's like,
you ain't gonna do shit.
Tom,
You're not gonna do nothing.
Tom, you are Uncle Tom. I said, why am I Uncle Tom? Because the coaches kiss your dick. I'm like, because I'm the Uncle Tom because they kiss my dick? How am I the Uncle Tom?
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna get me cut? I can't get you cut. You can get you cut. That's why I was just talking to him like,
Man,
come
that is-
outside. I say, come outside for what? Come outside so I can whoop you. Bro, it's cameras outside. Why we gonna go outside? I was just joking with him the whole time, just trying to like egg him on, but he was so mad. I said, bro, all I said was your iWatch was expensive. Why you mad?
That's not what you said. That's not what you
I
said.
said, you gonna go broke.
What he said?
You gonna go broke.
That's way different than being like, hey man, that's a pretty expensive watch. Like, I question this man because he had like 7 kids too.
Yeah, and he had the DBs was buying all type of cars and
Yeah, they were going a little crazy.
it was going crazy.
Yeah,
So-
and
they weren't good then.
Hang on, be easy on my guy Damo. He was my roommate my senior year in college.
but that was my
We were
dog,
homies.
though.
Yeah, he literally fought. He fought a safety of ours over a bag of fucking chips.
I believe
That's why
it.
he got his new teeth.
Yeah, I
He
believe
fought
it.
who?
He fought another safety of ours over a bag of chips, some Jimmy John chips. We were bowl prepping, and they came in, and so the other safety Harvey came in and took chips out of his bag. He's like, "Come on, man, I ain't playing that." And then they like said something back and forth. I'm like sitting in the second row. It was like early in the morning. We're about to have a defensive meeting. They get up and start scrapping. And then
Legit
people start-
fighting.
Yes. People start breaking them up. So Harvey waits down in his locker room later that day before practice. We all go down there. You know how you break. Everybody's getting taped, doing all their thing. Harvey's waiting in his locker. Damian walks up to him and Harvey just sneaks him, bro. Hits him right in the mouth, knocks out his teeth. And we all come over to break it up. I look at Damon. He's like, bro, he snuck me, dog. He's got blood all down his over chips, bro.
Yeah.
It was the most wild thing, but I'm not surprised hearing that story.
No, yeah,
Damon
that's-
was always ready to like.
We was joking
Fight, like,
around though.
get
We was
down.
doing the walk. We was all walking through to go to the bubble. And he was like showing everybody, like, look, I got one.
Yeah.
I got a watch. I got the iWatch. It was hard to get at that time. And I'm like, "Nah, I ain't even got one of them. And I'm probably the highest paid person on this team. I'm like, you gonna go broke, bro. You know what I mean?
Damon was a big jokester too. Like
I
he's
know.
always cutting jokes with everybody.
He took that one. He took that one. Like I cut him. And he was like, you a bitch. I'm like, who a bitch? And then as we walking, you a bitch. Oh, doing walkthrough. I can feel him staring at me. Doing walkthrough. I'm like, he mad. So as we walk back in, he run up like, come catch his fade. I'm like, Dave. I'm about to fight you. I was like, I don't do that. I don't talk crap, bro. He like, oh, you a buster. I'm about to go get the burner. I'm like,
Not my dog, Damo.
I'm like, Dame, man. We got the same homies though back in Cali. Cause one time I go back, somebody like, man, you know Dame. I'm like, that's my dog. He like, that's my dog. I'm like, oh yeah. He told me what happened between y'all. I said, man, that was a bull. Like, said nothing really happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? We argued and everything, but I didn't argue. I was kind of laughing it off, but he was just like, yeah, he told me y'all got into it and you didn't want that issue. I was like, you're right, bro. I was like,
Oh, that's fucking
I'm a
wild.
professional football player. I'm not a fighter. So yeah, I if he said that, then cool. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know who I was at that time? Well, I'm gonna fight you, bro. Like, this.
You know who I was at that time?
They cut him right after that.
Yeah.
Like, they released him right
He was
after
going to
that.
go to Pittsburgh and he didn't show up to training camp. That's when he just retired.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Mhm.
Yeah, training camp will legit make you question everything.
For sure.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this podcast to bring you Game Time. Game Time is an exclusive ticketing partnership of Barstool. Give the gift of an awesome experience this holiday season with Game Time. If you're nervous that your present won't arrive on time or simply forgot to holiday shop, Game Time tickets get delivered to your phone and inbox instantly. Game Time has all the best tickets and you'll get an awesome price on them. If you haven't given Game Time a shot yet, now is the time. We've been using Game Time app all year. We went to South Carolina. We went to Michigan. The boys went to Nebraska. There's so many things you can do and use Game Time app for. Download the Game Time app, go to the account tab to create a login, and redeem code BUSSIN, that's BUSSIN, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download Game Time app. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Now back to the show.
Definitely.
You know random ass people. I remember we were at Tin Roof one time that some chef came out, some cook.
Oh yeah.
And he's
from
like,
the
hey man,
hood.
you know Casper. I'm like, what? Oh yeah, Casper's my boy. I was like, who's Casper? He's like, oh, just someone I used to know.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't get a name like Casper. That's a scary nickname. You know what I'm saying? That's a scary ass
That was
nickname.
weird. We was out one night just chilling. Wasn't a lot of people out. That's how the guy was able to see me. And he was the chef in the kitchen.
Yeah,
He
because it was like
came
a Wednesday night or
like
something.
A Wednesday
Yeah.
night. He came out the kitchen like, what up, Devious? I'm like, who the hell said that? No one knows that name. So I'll look and he like, what up? How Casper, how baby Casper? I'm like, what up, bro? Like, I never seen him before because I guess he been in the pen this whole time, but he knew who I was.
Mm-hmm.
So then he was like, man, that was kind of weird. Taylor was like, that was weird. Who is Casper? I said, oh, shit. Long story, bro.
You know what's so sense, you're like, damn.
Yeah.
We ain't even gonna talk about
for
that.
sure, dude.
But out of nowhere, though, this dude, I'm like, what you doing out here? He like, family. Like, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Mm.
What
Yeah,
else
that
can
was
we go
crazy.
to? Oh yeah, we were on the. Yeah, I felt like you had really good treatment from Vrabel.
Yeah.
Vrabe's first
He
year.
had treatment from Vrabel,
Yeah.
Malarkey,
'Cause
Wisenhunt.
Not a lot of dudes was messing with Vrabe that first year he was there.
I know, I don't know.
You always had like, I mean, you guys had such respect for each other that
Yeah.
you would get your days off. Like you ain't really do.
Was that 2017?
2018.
2018.
2018, that was Vrabel's first year?
Yeah, that was the year where I did that.
Yeah, that
TV.
shit was
I ran
hilarious,
That was
dude.
the funniest thing.
It was so spot on, too.
So spot on. But you was good at that though. You good at playing people, bruh. You can do people so well. But the Vrabe show was the
Bro,
best.
They had me in this past training camp. They just said, like, Stretch and Vrave hit me up, hey, you want to come in and be Vrave for a meeting? I was like, man, I haven't been on the team. I haven't been on the
They
team. I'll
know-
come in.
Not everyone know who you are, but they know who you are.
Like, you had half the guys reacting like, oh, so everybody's kind of like, oh, okay, let's see what happens. And now I'm just going off on dudes that I'm
Killing
barely
dudes.
knowing. Remember Cody Hollister?
Yes.
You killed them.
Dude, he was killing Cody.
Cody, are you the most
Killing.
talented? Are you ever going to be the most talented?
Yes. Killed him. Because you went up to that little wall,
Yeah,
right?
I went over to the
You put
wall.
it up on
You
the
made
wall.
the
He's
wall.
got a wall now of like guys that exemplify like what we want the Titans to be. And
Really?
Cody was like a 3-time winner.
Really?
Yeah, like a 3-time winner. And he like went over, put on the wall. Cody,
Yeah.
are you that fucking dude?
Yeah.
Dude, that was
Ragging
so
on
funny.
getting Jeff Simmons. Anything he did.
Bro,
was
he
like,
wore a
this is the
t-shirt. He
leader.
wore a t-shirt that says "I love Jeff Simmons." He
You
really
did?
does.
Oh,
Yes.
he loved. I mean, he a defensive guy. Of course, he loved Jeff.
Buddy, he loves. I mean, there's a good reason.
Yeah,
The guy's a dog.
Yeah,
I mean, he's pretty
he's a
good.
monster.
Yeah.
But Jeff, there was a clip in practice where Jeff kind of like swung on somebody or like pushed after the play, and you know how Ray would be on anybody that first year, like doing stuff like that. Like he's cussing them out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh Jeff, hey, anybody who wants an example of leadership, Big Jeff, I know you're frustrated right here. This is exactly how you be a leader. Anybody else does this, you'll get cut. But Big Jeff, you know I love you, brother.
That's what Cash used to say about me. Like, hey, no, remember Terry used to say that. He'd be like, on our bye week, he said, three guys, raise your hand, he'd be like, me, you,
and like
and Marcus.
Marcus.
Raise their hand. They said, if anyone else get in trouble, y'all getting cut. Them three guys are on the team, but anyone else get in any trouble, you're getting fucking
Robisky was so funny. We would be doing
installing
our offensive game plan, and Robisky would be in the kitchen eating grits.
Yeah,
our offensive coordinator.
Offensive coordinator. They would ask him. So one year, Malarkey would go. He would ask anybody a question about the offense. He'll be like, "What you got on whatever 32 trap?" And Taylor would tell him. Then he go, "Terry, what is this play? What everyone got?" Terry be like, blah, 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 blah. Offensive court, he didn't even know that.
Bro, he would literally say it just like that too. Like he'd make a bunch of noises and guys would just start laughing.
Yeah, we'll start laughing.
And our game plan then was so easy.
Yeah,
like we literally like ran it on first and second down, and then third down was like, hey, I hope we can make this third down conversion.
Well, that's what we was. We was gonna run, and if we can throw, we'll throw.
And then we'll just throw to Delanie.
Yeah. But most of the time we gonna run it. And
you were like the tight end that you didn't get as much notoriety as all the other big name tight ends, but I remember like in Washington, I think you guys came to Washington and it was literally
2015.
red zone is just all like, hey, Raheem Morris, I remember it. He would be like, this motherfucker can play. Like we have got to double this dude. Like he ain't up there in all the headlines with all them other nice tight ends, but he's better than all of them. Just trust me when I tell you that.
Yeah, and I get a lot of grief on that, was speaking on that, but it was just because we wasn't winning a lot of games. Obviously, a lot of people didn't watch us, but why is it if your team don't win games, even if you perform at a high level, that we not talked about or rated higher because your team not doing well, but you still performing at a high level every time you play another team? They trying to stop you, they can't stop you.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that an issue? But that's just what the league is.
The media market, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, if you look at the Titans media market compared to like Phillies or any of the New York teams,
it's
you
it's
can't
night
even.
and day.
Yeah.
I remember when I came in Rack was because Rack was with me in Washington,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember like the first couple practices, like there's like a few reporters standing out there, and Rack's like, "Hey, you ain't got to worry about shit out here. Like they don't like make headlines to try and tear people down because DC's like a stepping stone to like ESPNs and shit. So there's drama all the fucking time. You can imagine the drama between the RG3, the Kirk Cousins, that saga, just everything, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, we still see with Dan Snyder and all that, but it's like I came to Tennessee and it just didn't seem. The media stuff seemed non-existent at the time.
Yeah.
There's like one villain and that's it.
Exactly. There's just like it's just very small. It's like a small sample
It's
size.
just-
Like if you were doing that in Dallas, I'm sure you'd probably still be getting love.
Oh yeah. But you know what? And I told when AJ went to Philly, I said, you're gonna see it's gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna start seeing a lot of different stuff. And look at him. Look where he at. Look what he doing. Look,
What's different stuff are you talking about?
like social media platform, getting endorsements outside of football, getting the revenue outside of football.
Mhm.
That's how you grow your revenue outside of football in a bigger market. I'm watching him. He doing commercials. He doing all these like partnerships. He's getting, man, I'm like, that's what I like to see. I mean, I don't want to hate on nobody that ever played with us. I want to see everyone I ever play with just be successful and get the bread that they deserve, because why do it? Why not?
The window's so
It's
small,
not, it's
too.
not
Yeah.
forever.
It's
Yes.
not forever. And honestly, you know what I'm saying? Tennessee is starting to grow. It set us back, though. When this season first started, they talked about Tennessee, the team. You know, we was getting all the primetime games. And now all of this craziness, the games was falling back. We ain't going to get them primetime games now. Watch.
Mhm.
And that's what I'm telling you. We kind of be consistent so we can get them headlines. We can still get them primetime games. But I don't know what it's going to look like after
Because
this.
you can be shitty. Like I know I said Dallas already, but you could be Dallas and be shitty, but you're still going to get primetime games.
Still get primetime games.
Yeah.
When they was not playing well, they was still getting primetime games, no matter what. Because what? Dallas market is huge.
Yeah, Jerry Jones did an excellent job.
You get what I'm
He did
saying?
incredible. But the Titans are getting better. And here's the issue too: is like their offense. our offense isn't flashy. Like it's not something that's going to put up a bunch of points
True.
and stuff like that.
That's
So
what unless you're still winning consistently, like you're talking about, and King Henry's being King Henry going
Right.
after a
Yeah.
record,
Yeah.
you're not gonna get like
You're not gonna get
prime
those-
time slots. Like that stuff. Like now that they've dropped a couple, it's gonna be like, damn, or
Are they?
you see all the headline.
Yeah.
you see him flexing games already.
I know.
Like the Chargers game, they flexed that to Sunday Night Football.
Yep.
And it's just, you hope it doesn't happen to the Titans because you want them to be successful, but like you got to be more consistent, like you're saying. But like that happens. Like Vrabel's the best coach I've ever seen as far as like coaching a team.
Sure.
They're going to right the wrongs, but you lose 3 in a row.
Yeah.
It's so quick. Like when I was watching the game yesterday and saw in the third quarter the fans booing,
Yeah.
it's like, bro, you guys don't remember 8-9 years ago when we could barely win. We won 5 games in 2 years.
I was at the stadium.
Buddy, you were there?
Yesterday. Yeah, I was there.
And it's just like, dude, you can't.
Yeah, it was tough.
It was tough.
Like the
watching
Titans
it,
fans have been given a gift. Now I understand like the standard is getting higher and higher, and it's been below the standard the last few weeks.
The last 3 games.
Yeah, the last 3 games, but like when we got here, it was not that.
No, we didn't. They didn't have a standard.
There was no standard. It was just like, hey, we're in the NFL.
Yeah.
I legit would go home and I'd be like, old people would be like, hey, you play football? I was like, yeah, I play for the Titans. Like, oh, arena? I was like, no, that isn't the NFL.
They have an NFL team.
They have an NFL team called the Titans.
Yeah,
And it, like legit, like Titans have been put on the map. I just think you got to give a little bit of grace. Obviously, firing John Robinson, the AJ trade, like that's fucking tough.
Yeah.
And you think like, hey, how is it going to get better? Like Vrabel's going to make it better.
Yeah.
They got to get some legit talent in
You know
there.
how the league is though. Like it's a performance based. Like
I know.
entertainment industry in general is a performance based world. And some people think like some of the criticisms are like you had the core guys with like Derek and everybody else going at the high level, like you had that little window, and people are now talking about is that window fizzling out because Derek's getting older. It's like damn, the opportunity that the Titans had to like be great or go after a Super Bowl, did they kind of fuck that up or mess that up the way
I don't think
they've been
Derek.
performing?
I think Derek's getting older, obviously, because that's how years work. But I don't think his like talent or like how good he is has changed. I think you've had injuries in the offensive line. You've traded your best receiver, so now you can stack the box. Like it is much
That's what I'm
more
saying.
difficult for him to get the consistent yards he was
Right.
getting without AJ, Julio, like even Ferkser when he's going off.
I
like
know.
you know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
what I'm saying. I feel like-
Jonnu Smith is gone now.
Right, that's
Corey
like the-
Davis.
The frustrations of you had AJ, you had Derek, you had these guys at this point in time. You trade AJ away, you do all these things, and now it's like, fuck, what are they even going to look like if they make it to the playoffs now?
Well,
There's
that's
going to be
What
a
they've
dramatic
done
change in the
last
Titans
few
locker room next year.
Oh, yeah,
There's going to be
that's
a
what-
dramatic
Yes.
turnover.
It's like chess pieces, you know what I mean? That move that they made with AJ didn't work out. You get what I'm saying? Like, and
did not work out.
and
Well,
and a big trickle effect happened off of that. Just by us playing AJ and what he did, I felt like that was a trickle effect. They was like, we didn't want to get rid of AJ, but we did.
Mhm.
And then now look what happened. You know what I mean? Look what this guy is doing in the league right now.
Fuck, no question.
He's
winning.
going crazy.
You know him, like, he's just hype.
He wakes
he's
up
hype
every
Because
single
he's having
day,
a great
dude.
year,
Yeah.
but anytime you can go in and put up numbers like that in your old squad
Oh,
and
your
old
and
squad.
know that you're part of the like a front runner for the Super Bowl.
Right now, 10 and
Yes,
1?
bro.
With an
10 and
11 and 1?
Yes.
The first team
Yo.
Win fucking off, dude. Win
You
off.
know he's feeling good. Like you win. You
Can't
won
be
the
happier than
lottery.
AJ is right now.
Yeah, no, I'm happy for
You'd be happier than he is.
I'm happy for AJ, but don't get me wrong. I'm still happy for the Titans. We still we division leaders. It don't really matter. We can get in the playoffs and start playing great playoff football and get back to where we need to be. I feel like if we get to the playoffs, we can get some of the O-line healthy because I think that's where it starts, just getting our O-line back healthy. Because that's key. We got to be able to protect Ryan and let Derek run the ball, obviously, because I know Ryan get a lot of bad critic about, holding the ball, doing this. I feel like he's just trying to make plays. He's trying to do something to get the team going, get the motivation going. And at the end of the day, it's going to take all 11 of them.
And he's been hurt too. He's
I
just
know,
grinding
and he hurt,
through
and
injuries.
He keep coming out. He
Yeah.
hurt because he know he got to play. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, he got to play. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the
So-
best chance for the Titans to win is with Ryan.
with Ryan.
That's why you paid him that
Also
much.
being healthy too. Remember, I was telling you, I was like, the Titans defense, they only got like 4 or 5 starters out there from their
I didn't know
original
that.
two.
I did not know
That
that.
part
Their
too.
original 11 at the beginning of the year. Like Jeff's out there playing, but he's on a bummed
He hurt.
ankle.
Yeah, he hurt.
Like
Our whole D line and our whole O line just hurt right now. They just Once we get them healthy, I feel like it'll be a change.
And finally,
Losing Harold's
identity
hurt
going
too.
into playoffs. That's the biggest thing. That identity going into playoffs.
Yeah.
Man, that's literally all it fucking is.
Now, the thing that worries the Titans fans, though, is that usually this is the time of year Titans are playing their best football and obviously dropping
Usually,
three.
yeah.
No.
And that's making people worried.
Kevin said it the best. He said usually around this time, this is when people was playing playoff football.
Right.
And we ain't doing that right now. And that's true. And that's what we got to do. I think if they get that mindset that this is the playoffs now, it starts right now. If we want to get first seed, have home field advantage, we need to start right now because that's what's going to keep us in this playoffs, gives us better opportunity to win a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So,
do you find yourself identifying more with Titans over San Fran?
Titans for sure.
You was out there stabbing that sword in the ground, I saw.
Yeah, I'll be at the games all the time. I'll be low key though, man. This last game, man, it was crazy. I thought it was. You know what? Our fans are starting to get crazy too, because we was walking out, they was ready to scrap with them Jaguars, because them Jaguars fans was Duval, and all that. I'm like,
I mean, they haven't won.
Y'all good.
They
haven't won in Nashville.
How many days was
Since
it?
2013. Have not won in Nashville.
3,000 days or some shit like that.
they
Well, we
went
went 2 and
nuts.
14 my rookie year, and one of those wins was against Jacksonville at home.
At home. They went nuts.
Finally won. Like they finally
did
got
it.
a game.
Yeah,
And
they
you can
was
hear
going
on
nuts.
the commentators were basically saying like this Jaguars team is fired up.
Fired up. In the crowd, everything. I was
Yes.
I'm like, wow.
You don't really think about that as a Titans player. Like you don't think, oh man, they want to beat us so bad. You just think it's a division opponent.
Yeah.
You don't think there's like a rivalry there.
Yeah.
You're just kind of playing.
Yeah, no, they had it out for us. I was sitting there, some dude said Duval in my face. I literally almost smacked him. I'm like, I forgot, I don't even play. Let me chill out. You know?
Yeah.
Let me chill out.
Dude, they are fucking. I mean, good for them though, because their franchise has been in the dumps
Yeah.
the entire time. Yeah, they got a coach. They got a coach right now.
And Trevor's
Like
starting
the only
to play some
time, like
good ball.
2016, they were good.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was
When did they have the run to the Super Bowl? 2016?
16. They went to the
Oh,
AFC Championship.
AFC Championship, right?
No, they lost to who? Did they lose to Patriots? Steelers? What? No, they beat the Steelers. They lost to Patriots in the AFC Championship, and the Patriots won. We interrupt this podcast to bring you Sport Clips. Sport Clips Haircuts has developed an all-new relaxing blend of chamomile, lavender, and eucalyptus for their hot steam towel. If you want to try a new scent, you've got to make sure you ask for the MVP haircut experience. It comes with a hot towel, a massaging shampoo, and of course, a great-looking haircut. Doesn't matter if you're balding or have the noggin of Sasquatch, Sport Clips stylists have been specialized, trained to cut men's hair. They've literally seen it all. Just another reason why Sport Clips is the pros in men's hair. Back to this episode.
Was it our best year, 2016?
No, our best year was 2019.
2019.
Oh, y'all best year. I was hurt. Was it out there?
Yeah. And paid still, though. Good for you.
I was getting paid still. I wasn't out there. That shit sucks, man.
And it is awful being on IR.
Oh,
awful.
my God. No,
You
now
got
you
2018
see what
game.
Yeah.
When you broke your leg.
Yeah.
Like, you think that was like the beginning of the end for Delanie Walker?
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know what? Because, man, when I had the surgery, this dude go say, man, you kind of old.
That's
So,
tough.
When you had the surgery, that's what he said?
At the end, he said, it may not heal. Like, once you threw me that, I was like, okay, let me see if I can get an extra year in this thing and see where it goes. But, it's still jacked up, bro. Anytime I do anything, it's swollen, it's hurting. So I already know I was done. I couldn't do it. I was training, and I told my agent, he like, you think? I said, bro, I don't know. Like, do I really want to do this? You know what I'm saying? Teams was, because every team was like, oh, we just want to pay you 1.5. You was hurt. We don't know how you gonna be. But if you ball out, we'll give you a bigger contract. Bro, you think I'm stupid? You gonna pay me 1.5. I'm gonna be the best tight end, and that tight end gonna be making $8 million. I'm gonna be making 1.5. I'm not about to do that. You crazy? That
It's a lot of work.
Sense.
It's a lot of work for that much money.
I'm a third down only. I told everybody I can do third downs. You want to pay me for 1.5 third down?
Bro, but even before you got hurt, we would go to walkthroughs. We would go to walkthroughs in the bubble. Delanie wouldn't do walkthrough. He would bring out a chair and sit down.
Yeah,
He'd be like,
the
oh no,
bubble?
the turf.
The turf.
We would sit. We would all be doing jog through stuff, and Delanie be sitting there making fun of people while he's sitting in this chair.
I
Just a
couldn't-
soul chair in the middle of the field.
I couldn't practice on the turf, bruh. You gonna see what I'm talking about now. Like when you have injuries like that, the turf hurts your whatever
Yeah, it
injury
does.
you have. My knee used to swell up all constantly. They had to keep draining it. They like, yeah, and I'm not.
You wear those big ass shoes. Like, oh, it's good for my feet.
Yeah, I used to wear.
Cadillacs,
Yeah,
man.
bro, he had them fucking boats.
Yeah.
Like, how are you not tripping?
Hey.
No, they're sweet though, huh? They
Yeah.
sweet.
Hey, it was the most comfortable shoes you ever. I'll still work out with them to this day.
Really?
When someone stole my other ones, I'm gonna find out which one of them Titans took my stuff. So like, they didn't let me back in the facility when I got cut. They sent me my stuff.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah, but I was missing half of my shoes.
That's
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah, half of my shoes.
Trying to find one of them equipment managers. Like,
Nah, the equipment. I know Joey. I was buying Joey and them shoes and giving them money. I know they wasn't gonna take that.
You got to
stuff.
hook the boys up in the
I
equipment
always
room.
the equipment room
They
and the
grind.
training room and half the cleaning people. I gave them money every holidays. I brought them stuff, so I knew that they would never take nothing from me.
what was
It
your
was a
best
play.
gift given?
Maybe $1,000. I
To
gifted
each of them?
Yep, I gifted everybody $1,000.
It's like $35,000 worth of people.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck it, man, this year I had just signed that deal. I was happy. Let me
Yeah.
spread some of this out. Christmas bonuses for everybody.
Hey, you were talking about, I remember I wanted to ask this. You were talking about when you came in the league in like 06 and stuff and the hazing. Do you have a legendary hazing story?
You know what? They never hazed me.
But did you witness a legendary hazing story?
I did. So it was damn, what was this dude's name? Jenkins. Was it Jenkins? He wasn't good. We drafted him in the second round. He just really never came to. But it was a receiver we drafted in the second. He'll come to me. Did y'all see who it was? Okay.
I'm surprised Bloss don't know. He's a Niners guy.
He was a receiver. Jenkins, he in 2008 receiver. He went second round or first round for the San Francisco 49ers. His last name should be Jenkins. AJ Jenkins, baby. Yup, AJ Jenkins. That look, I'm on point right now. I usually memory bad after playing 14 years in the league. I can't remember nothing. But so AJ, he brought a car and then they got his car and took it to the airport and left it there for like 2-3 weeks. Racked up fees.
oh man.
I've never seen that before because they were like, he come in like somebody took my car. We like, one of them parked it around the corner. And then finally the coach come in like, man, look, wherever his car at, we don't care. We not going to say nothing. Just have his keys in his locker room and a note to where it's at. And then he get there, his keys, they got a letter like your car in this parking lot. He go to the parking lot. The fees was like $10,000.
What
bruh.
fucking parking lot is this?
They was doing it like the high, like you only could leave it there for like a day. You know how the fee be
and then it, like 300% increases. Yes.
Oh, that's brutal.
That is solid.
So I seen that, but we seen a lot of other ones. But that was the best one I ever seen. Like a player went to the extent to have someone come in, take that man car, drive it to the airport. This all happened while we was all at practice, so we don't even know who did it. Who came in and did it and took the car. We still don't know who did it to this day. Who was the person who did it.
That's incredible.
Think
That's
about
awesome,
that.
dude. I heard Brian Schwenke got a bad one, 2013. When they code redded him, they tied him to a goalpost.
Yeah, they did that. They
Put
timed
ketchup and mustard on him?
Mustard all over him.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all used to do, the old linemen always had the best ones. They would get everybody.
It was usually just like haircuts, like either
Haircut.
your hair or your eyebrows. They got me
What's
good.
funny is the O linemen are always like about it too.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then our year, Taylor year, I think, was it Joe year?
What was that? What?
When they fined everybody. They fined all the kickers that cut all the people's hair.
That was 2015.
That was 20.
That was the next year.
Okay.
That was the next year.
What
Yeah.
happened?
So that bullying thing came out with old buddy and Cognito, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Incognito.
Jonathan Martin, is that his
Jonathan
name?
Martin Incognito.
Yeah.
Cognito.
Incognito.
So that came out, and then they had a meeting and said, we not going to do this. We not going to cut hairs. We not going to do any of this.
Right.
Da-da-da-da. They did it anyway.
hmm
They did it anyway. They had cats. They was pulling cats like, who did it? Who did it? Cats was snitching.
Snitching.
Cats was snitching.
'Cause I think Brett Kern got fined.
Brett Kern, all the kickers got fined.
All
Did
two
you
of them.
got fined? No.
I didn't get fined.
So a couple of
I was
linemen.
in year 2.
Yeah,
And I was also Wiz and Hunt's first round pick. So,
Yeah.
you know.
So a couple of linemen got fined too. It was
who were the old dudes? I think Schwenke might have got fined because it was a young room.
Yeah, it was a young room at that time, but
a bunch of dudes on the offensive line got fined. The kickers, the specialists, like I think Bo Brinkley got fined.
Got fined.
Yes.
They fined cats.
Because they were like, no haircuts. And then literally that night.
No hazing, nothing.
That night we did haircuts. Everyone got haircuts.
And
I was so mad when they cut my hair, bro.
And posted it too. Like,
yeah, who was Chance Warmack. I forgot about Byron Bell. Man, our team was terrible, bro. Look how bad our team is.
Man, the Chance Womack thing is the funniest thing. Our dummy call was Chance.
Yeah, still is.
Still is. Whenever we had a dummy call, like it ain't a play, we called it Chance.
Yeah.
Because he would jump off sides on the dummy call every time.
Chance was the best.
So he
was the best guard in the league if that 3 technique didn't move. If the 3 technique didn't move, like slanting in a gap or anything like that, you couldn't beat Chance.
You can't beat him.
But if that boy moved.
Oh, and if it was a pull play.
Him and Andy Levitri.
Bam!
Yes, they both pulled in the same play.
The same play.
Hit each other right at the center.
Bam! In the middle of the field.
Yeah, we were so bad. Center, Andy Galick.
That's like
my
That's
God.
like a movie football team that's just trash.
Go down to our defense. Go down to our defensive play.
Yeah, you get 2 guys pulling and running into each other.
That was, bro, that looked so terrible.
Michael Griffin's like the most noteworthy name on this thing. That and Jarrell Casey. Griff was... he was terrible that year.
Yeah,
like
he didn't like a name.
He was still a name, but it was like definitely in the back half of his
Brian Rackpo, Derek Morgan, Jarrell Casey.
He had Rack?
Yeah.
Where?
Brian
Under
Rackpo.
Avery Williamson.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Wood.
Yeah.
Wood had 12 tackles that year.
Wood was a dude that was always underrated on our team.
Underrated.
He would have so many tackles and like not even be close in the Pro Bowl.
I know.
Not even, but he wouldn't even be like
not even an alternate. Not even an
alternate.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How they did Wood. I thought Wood was a great player.
Andy Galick.
But again, that's being in Tennessee, being that Tennessee market. It's
yeah.
He used to call the wrong every time he'd be out there. They'd be like, "Who the mic?" He'd be, I'm like, 56.
Yeah. Yes. Dude. Who was the guy that was? He was I think he went. I don't know what school he went to. He was a linebacker. He was not very smart. He ended up going to
Zach Brown.
Zach Brown.
Zach Brown.
Zach ended up making a Pro Bowl with them.
I know.
No, not with us, with the Buffalo Bills, because he led the league in tackles.
And then he went to the All Next.
And then nobody got him in free agency.
Yeah.
So he signed like a 1 for like $2.5 up to $4 million
After
deal.
making a Pro Bowl.
Washington.
I know.
And that's actually, he took my spot. And that's when Tom Sula said, hey, because he saw I was discouraged about it. He's like, hey, I got what you call fuck you money. I don't have to split reps. That's literally that whole thing.
Really?
Because Zach Brown came in and he was like, he murdered somebody in a preseason game. And just from there, it was just cover one. Running back was sitting on the flat. He was just over him. Quarterback throws it out late to him. He just damn near. Dude was athletic as fuck.
Athletic as fuck.
Never worked out in the weight room,
worked out.
but was like a
Jack,
champ in wrestling in high school.
Yeah,
But when he would talk to you, you couldn't understand a word he was saying.
He was really Alabama. Where he from? Mississippi, Alabama?
North Carolina. Where he went to college.
Oh, but where he from though?
He's from D.C.
Is he?
Yeah.
Buddy,
Oh,
he didn't
man,
talk like that.
He didn't talk like he was from
He
D.C.
talked like Pahokee, Florida.
He'd get out on Wednesday practices.
You know what I'm saying?
He'd get out on Wednesday practices. He would like lay in our meeting room and just prop his legs up on a chair and talk about how he's got back spasms.
Oh, he always
He
had
would just-
back
he would just
spasms.
make something up every time.
He always had
Oh,
back
fuck,
spasms.
that hurt.
But I don't know how he took it. Honestly, when I remember playing against we used to love Compton name because your last name, we are like, Will Compton.
Yeah.
Every time we
Talk
like,
about
Will
when
Compton.
you guys came out to Washington?
Yeah, we came out to
We
Washington.
lost that game. We shouldn't have lost that game.
Yeah, we did.
Rackpo had me in a blender that game.
Yeah, Rack was nice. That's when he had them commercials going, talking about, the pyramid, the Allstate commercials, or is that what it was? Allstate?
Was it Allstate?
Maybe that's just the voice connection.
I think it was just in DC though. I think it was in DC though only. His commercials.
But I'm saying he got a Pro Bowl. Like he was like the man out
Yeah,
there.
he was the man.
I think he made 3 Pro Bowls.
But you was like the man too. You was a starting linebacker at that year.
It was I dabbled back.
Because
in that.
when he came to Tennessee, I'm like, shit, we getting Will Comp.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened.
We fucking drafted Rashawn.
Holy shit, we're getting Will Comp.
You're right.
Damn, that's it?
You're right.
I sunk, bro. I sunk
When they drafted him, yeah, I
I was in the
remember.
bar with my boys, man, from back home, and we traded up and drafted Rashawn Evans, and I'm sitting there like, fuck, man. You
That's
already know
it.
what time it is.
I know,
You
yeah.
know.
You
You
what
already
time it
know.
is, bro.
You definitely know.
Because Rashawn ain't, but he was hurt the entire training camp with
whole-
a hamstring.
I
They
know.
said he still just starts. Like, that's just how it fucking
Yeah.
goes.
How it
man.
went.
And it's kind of sad. It's like that. And I tell people that all the time. Like, if you get drafted, you more likely gonna play.
Yeah.
I don't care how. If you're not even good, and they see you not even getting good, they say we got to throw him out there because we
Right.
got to show face.
Right.
We got to see if he can be good. He may not look good, but he may be an athlete when he
Especially
step
this
on the
top 3
field.
You
rounds.
ultimately need the GM or the owner to be like, hey, we kind of fucked that up because we'll play him because you guys made the
Yeah.
investment, but you guys are going to have to know, like, he ain't it.
He ain't it.
Yeah, it does suck that way. Like,
Yeah.
the draft picks get more lives and, like, you get minimal opportunity.
Minimal.
And when you're sitting there and then that happens, you're like, fuck, you already know what time it is.
Yeah. Because that's why.
Unless you sign a monster deal and you're just a
Yeah.
fucking man coming off a Pro Bowl.
I mean, yeah, if you sign a monster deal and they know you the man, you're gonna be good. You
Yeah, you're
just
gonna be
like,
straight.
I'm hurt, but
Yeah.
we'll let you get to yourself. Don't worry, we know what you can do. Because that's all what it comes down to. We know what you can do. If
Right.
they know what you can do. That's why me and Vrabel was cool. Because Vrabel like, I played you every year when I was Houston. You destroyed us. You blocked us. I know what you can do. Get healthy. And that's just how me and him kind of kept it. But I respected him so much. I even went out to practice when they was like, this your day off. I'd be like, no, let me show face for the team so they don't think that I'm just not doing anything. Because I didn't do a lot. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
that,
What a life to live.
you know
What
what I
a
mean?
life
He was
to
a
live.
fucking man, bro.
Bro, he
But
really
you always
did.
knew you weren't somebody like, you weren't somebody you looked at like fucking Delanie gets all this bullshit.
No,
No.
yeah, because I practice hard though. I'm the crackback kind of guy. I'm gonna run and crack back on
Yeah.
you. I'm gonna score a touchdown. I'm gonna get in your face. Like I took practice as like playing it as a game. Because then if I play it as a game, when I'm in the game, it'll seem like practice. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be hard.
Less stressful.
Less stressful. That's why I always wore my game pants. Always did that because
You
I
did
want.
kind of make that happen because that really wasn't a thing in Tennessee. And then you
Yeah.
start wearing the game pants up. And
Yeah.
low key, you start seeing more specialists, or more like DBs are doing that. Now more receivers are doing that.
Everybody doing it.
Trendsetter.
Everyone does that.
It's just better for you. Your pants don't feel as tight. So when you get to the game, they kind of already like, I've been doing this all week. So then I don't have to stretch them out. I'm normal. It's normal to me. I'm used to it. I just had ways of just going about just trying to perfect my game. So it just made it easier on Sunday. You know what I
You're
mean?
the fucking man, dude.
Nah, I wasn't the man. I was
You were
just
the man. You were the man.
helping
It is
Marcus
nice
out.
to know that you were the man.
Nah, I just
Legit, Marcus didn't have anybody to throw to but you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how just imagine like if we had AJ and we had the Derrick Henry we have now when I was playing, like, sheesh. Like, you know what I mean? I always think about
But you
that.
had DeMarco, who was a stud.
But DeMarco was a stud. DeMarco was a stud, but we had Derrick Henry and DeMarco at that time. And I feel like our offense was based around DeMarco, so our plays didn't fit Derrick right. But I thought Derrick, every time he got in, he'll bust for like 20, 30.
Yeah.
Because Derrick could probably tell y'all, if y'all ask him this, I used to be like, if we put Derrick in, we going to win. If we let Derrick spin, we going to win. I always used to say that to him, like, because DeMarco was great. Don't get me wrong, but I knew what Derrick Henry
You
was
had that
capable
feeling. You
of.
see Derrick, you'd be like,
Yeah,
okay, he
'cause
can
DeMarco
really beat
was
somebody.
hurt every week.
Yeah.
When DeMarco had the plan I had after him, you know what I'm saying? DeMarco never practiced.
Yeah.
He didn't do nothing. He just come out playing the game.
Had a
His
fat
wrist
lip
was-
in it all time.
Yeah, always had chew in his mouth at practice with his hat on, standing
Yeah.
outside while looking at the plays. Didn't do nothing. So I knew DeMarco was getting to that time because and you got to think about it. Where in Dallas, he had almost 300 carries when he was in Dallas.
Yeah.
They ran him.
They ran him.
And they went to Philly for 1 year and it didn't really work
Didn't
out
work
like that.
out.
And they traded him to
They
us
traded
for a
him up.
4th round pick.
Yep.
And he was, but I remember Derek being like really, I didn't know him the way I know him now, but you could tell like he was super discouraged his rookie year.
Yeah, Derrick.
Because he went from Heisman,
Heisman,
like the man.
falling in the draft. I was at the draft room with him. He was just falling. I'm like, we gonna get him. I literally said that. I said, we gonna get him. They
Yeah.
like, how you know? I said, we gonna get Derrick. I guarantee. And then when it came across, I said, I told y'all. I was in the back, like, I told y'all we getting Derrick. We about to be unstoppable. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, we about to be unstoppable.
Well, yeah, when you get Derrick Henry, it was like you didn't, and he was so big
He
even
was
then.
so big. When I saw him in the green room, I was like, yo, that ain't Derrick Henry.
That's a
Yeah,
D
he's a
end,
different
Yeah, I'm
looking
like, that's a
motherfucker,
D
bro.
end.
right? And
Like,
they went
he's
to
what you look at and you're like, that's a fucking pro-ass football player.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's what when you're a kid and you watch
And
pro
you
athletes, you
envision
think all of them look like
The
Derek.
Yeah.
presence of
Yes.
Derrick Henry is like,
And then you get to the
that's
league, you're like,
motherfucker.
oh, not everybody's really
No,
built like
he
that.
shouldn't be a running back.
Like, you
that.
do like Jarrell Casey, you're like, he's in the league.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
if he would say that all the
Bro.
time. If he would be like, man,
I'm a Jarrell fan, but man, he'd sit there with them titties out, get his ankles saying like, bro, put a shirt on. Yeah, no shame. He has
No
the things just
shame.
fucking
And their small
drooping.
ankles looking like
Yeah.
a juice box with 2 straws at the
Yes,
bottom,
for
bro.
real.
Cass would
But he
be like,
balled, bro.
balled out.
He balled.
Cass would come up and be like, man, I met Jarrell. He played?
Yeah, yes.
Be like-
Have you seen him recently?
Yeah.
He looks the same.
He looked the same. We was at a golf tournament, me, Brian, Derek, and I saw all them guys, and they all look pretty much the same.
Rack, though, you can just stay looking the same.
Yeah, Rack
Because
always
Rack was
stay
built
the
like
same.
that, too. He was like, oh, that's a legit DN.
Yeah.
He had the traps. He got the voice.
He still
Does have the
look
voice.
like he work out too. He
Yeah.
still look like he
Good
work
for
out.
him.
You got them jeans, bro.
Yeah, he got them jeans. You know what's on the
What
back of my mind?
jeans?
Whoever
Oh,
the hell
jeans. I
said
thought you
I
meant
got
like denim.
fat, cuz. Whoever said I got fat.
He wants to know who
son.
called him fat.
Who?
He wants to know who called him fat. He's like, it's still sitting in the back of my mind.
I'll tell you after the podcast.
It doesn't feel good, does it?
I mean, it.
And that hurt, huh?
Oh, he got. He said somebody said I'm getting fat in a bad way.
Hey, yeah. that's
Yeah,
fine.
like, what do you mean? Felt like
You look
pH?
good.
No, like he said you were gaining weight.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. He
What
said,
are you weighing
Delanie,
right
have you
now?
seen him?
I'm at like 250, 255,
What do you play? What'd you play at?
238, 242.
Oh, so you are a little fat.
I mean,
You
I'm
don't
not.
have to
No, I'm just
I'm not getting
buddy,
chased.
you don't.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not getting chased. You think you could play right now? One season?
Yeah.
One
Ain't no
season.
way, bro. Come on.
Bro, you've been out the game for 3
It's
years.
like Chris Johnson thinking he could beat me in a race right now.
Third down.
Yeah, Chris Johnson's not beating Will in a race.
Nah, I don't know. Chris Johnson, he ain't working out, but he probably still fast
Yeah.
as hell though.
Yeah,
He's
he probably
obviously
is.
fast.
Hey, come on. Oh, third down only.
No, I wouldn't say third down
Back
only.
half of the year.
No, I think I can come in right now and play like. Will I be gassed the first few games? Yeah, I'll be gassed. I'll be coming out, but I think I can run with him right now. I mean, shit, we could play flag football team, whatever.
Why don't you go play for a year?
Flag football.
No, just call somebody back. Hey, let me
I think
come
I'm
play.
about to try to go to the Olympics with flag football, bro.
Flag football is an Olympic sport.
It's about to be.
And you're going to try and do it?
Sure.
No, it's fucking awesome.
No. Yeah, you know I ain't about
Feeling that
to.
in the feet,
You
the
know,
knees.
I could be quarterback for sure. I'll do it. Now I can't play right now, man. I'm just joking. I'm too out of it now. I don't even think I can go and get hit. You know, I thought about it.
What's crazy is you see some of them hits now, like, you're like, fuck, man. I don't.
Yeah, I'll be at the games
I
like,
don't even want
damn,
that.
can I do this anymore? Like, I know
That sounds soft as hell.
if I get hit, I think I just get dazed now. I don't think I can tolerate getting hit
It's
anymore.
weird how like your brain low key gets callous to the hits.
Yeah.
Like the first week of camp, you're like, damn, I got a headache. And
Yeah.
then like 2 weeks after camp, you're like,
You
oh,
know,
I'm
it's
good.
done.
You
Yeah.
keep taking Tylenol every day and you're just
Yeah.
like, let's fucking suppress.
That
Let's
part
get this
too,
down
though.
here.
Yeah.
That part
no
too.
doubt.
We got to take all type of pain medicine, headache medicine. I mean, I'm done doing all of that, bro. I don't want to take none of that shit.
You enjoy it? You enjoy the afterlife?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't work for the NFL, but I kind of do. I work for the Legends community, so I mean, I get paid to pretty much be around football players all day and talk to football players. So it's just life kind of easy
Oh,
right
that's
now.
nice. That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's awesome.
You know, because a lot of guys struggle.
No,
And
they
I
do.
feel like the way you were going, the way you unfortunately had to go out through injuries and stuff like that. That's why I'm just asking how it's been.
yeah, don't.
Because some dudes like, you know how it is. Bro.
No,
You
I
go
know,
from
I-
that kind of life. So
Yeah.
like, I got to figure this shit out for real now.
Yeah, hell yeah. But luckily I'm old, so 38, man. I kind of came out at a good time. I think that was long enough. You know what I mean? Of course I wanted to play. I ain't get a Super Bowl ring. That hurts. You know, that's what we play this game for. But I feel like I made great friends, got to experience a great life just playing in San Francisco and in Tennessee. So I think I'm fine with all that. I know I'm fine with it.
That's good.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's tough, dude, when you see people leave and you
Yeah.
can just tell they're kind of scrambling. Like, what's my life going to be like now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, cause like, you know, you when you hurt like that, like me and you are, and you got to spend the whole time away from football kind of, and you almost be like, damn, like,
Is this what life's like?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because then you got to start doing other stuff. Like I was doing so much when it was almost time to come back. I was like, damn, dude, it almost hit me like, do I really want to play? You know what I'm saying? Then I was like, nah, I'm gonna play. You know what I mean? Because in my mind, I always be like, damn, do I want to play? This is my 12th surgery. Da-da-da. Then I think about it all the time. Then I come in and I'll tell Taylor, he'd be like, you back? I'll be like, last year, bruh.
Last year, like 5 years in a row.
Last year,
5
bruh.
years in a row.
He like, all right, I heard that last year. I'm like, no, this is the last year. So I always joked about it, but sometimes when you joke about it, you need to make that come true. And I think that's what I was doing. Like I knew it was gonna come true at some time. So just kept joking about it till it was real. You know what I mean?
It comes for us at one point.
It does.
Except for Tom Brady.
Yeah, it don't. I mean, Tom, a quarterback. If we was able to play quarterback, would I still be able to play with this leg? Of course. Yeah. You're not gonna get his hit as much as a tight end would, or you ain't got to kick back as much and try to block a dude running at you full speed that way as much as you was leaning on you and doing stuff like that. That helps the injuries occur. You know what I mean? When you're the quarterback, I'm sitting back there like.
Especially the way the rules are now too. All them roughing the passer calls are getting now.
Hey, that one yesterday in Miami.
Wild, man.
Wild, bro.
That was a regular tackle.
Right.
Yeah, he put his arms out and everything too. Like, oh, I know I can't put my full body weight on this guy.
You feel yourself going down through the middle, and you're like, "Fuck, let me."
Yes.
Trying to put his arms down and stuff.
But I mean, as a defensive player, how do you want me to think about that when I'm trying to beat this dude and I see him about to throw the ball and I'm just coming at him to try to stop him from throwing the ball? Like, dude, come on, bro.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Because I hold every play. So, you know, and I think about not holding, but I do it.
You got to. Imagine when dudes were like in the 60s playing with their elbows.
I know, like, I can't block you just by putting my hands on you.
No.
I can only block you by holding you. And I tell you, when I train Lil Tom, I be like, bro, I hold every play. If you're not holding, you ain't winning. I promise you, that D lineman gonna toss you. You know what I mean?
You got to get in there.
He can grab you and throw you, and that's not a holding. But if I grab him and hold him, I'm holding. But he can grab me on the side of my pads and fling me to the side to make the play, but that's not holding. So what's the difference of me grabbing you and pulling you closer to me? And so they can't see it, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I tell cats. I'm gonna cheat every play. And
no, no, that's real. Dude. When you reflect back on your career and you look at just the Tennessee Titans, and you said this, that you're not the best tight end in Titans history.
Yeah.
Why? What is the argument for you to be the best tight end?
He said he's not.
He said he's not. He said
Frank
Wycheck still got him.
I mean, does he?
I don't know. Can you pull up
Frank's stats?
I think they got me listed higher than Frank, but he got me beat on some stuff though.
You go strictly by.
You said when you are doing your retirement speech.
Oh yeah, I say because we were two different type of players though. When Frank played the game, he was just like an extended lineman.
Yeah,
that can catch the ball and do all of that stuff. But only reason why.
Pull up his stats and have him.
Only reason why I said Frank because what Frank did in the Music City Bowl and you know what I mean the legacy that he carries.
Music City Miracle.
Was it the music?
Yeah, the Music City Miracle.
Yeah, they really hang on to that still.
No, I know, and what he did in that and just the legacy he has in Tennessee, I just don't compare as the same type of player. You know what I mean?
You felt like you were in Tennessee with the down years. You didn't feel like the notoriety was as high.
No, because if we do it like that dude had Mason, he had Eddie Joe, he had everybody. So he had studs on his team, and we did, but didn't. You know what I mean? So I just don't compare. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. If you feel like you would have got more Pro Bowls or made a couple runs to the Super Bowl, like maybe that helps justify.
Yeah, that helps justify. Yeah.
So you're like the best player on like the worst team type of situation.
There you go.
Yeah, second best player.
Second best player.
But when you're talking about how if you're killing it and you're in a small media market, how are you not getting as much individual accolades? That's like the same situation we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Like at the end of your career, you look at the numbers and it's like you probably were the best tight end.
More TDs in 2 less seasons.
Oh, really? Yeah.
8 more TDs in 2 less seasons.
Yards, 5,000 for Delanie. 5,000 for Wycheck.
He got more than me, don't he? Oh, 5,600.
And he had 44. Is this Wycheck?
He's got 5,800.
Delanie?
Oh, he had
Go to Delanie again.
They're what, 400 yards off?
Yeah, I mean, you guys seem pretty similar. You got 32 yards a game. He's got 33. And you say he's got more touchdowns with
Yeah,
what?
he got more touchdowns.
He's got more touchdowns than
In
Delanie?
9 seasons with the Titans than Delanie did with 7 seasons.
Oh, okay, I thought that was flipped.
So Delanie had more.
Oh, I have more.
500 receptions, averaging 11.7. What's
And you're on bad teams.
They actually were tied 28. I was adding San Francisco in with you.
Oh, okay.
They both had 28 touchdowns with Tennessee, but Frank's was in 9 years and then Delanie's was in.
I
I
mean,
mean, it is close. It is
I
close.
think, yeah, it's close,
And
but
he's
it's
on
still
those
Delanie.
teams that are
Real good.
Yeah,
That's
no, I feel you.
And it's just a different look. They went to the Super Bowl, lost in the Super Bowl. You know
By
what
that
I'm saying?
1 yard, like it's
By-
such a
yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
So that I look at stuff like that. And if we would have went to the Super Bowl, played in Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl, I mean, then you could compare them things. I didn't even get to play in the AFC Championship game with you guys. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
that'd have been nice.
Like,
That'd have been nice to have him.
Yeah,
That'd have been nice to have him.
You get what I'm saying? That's
But it's also- You can look at the other way too.
I
Like,
didn't even realize you were on IR.
Yeah, that stuff sucks. That's why I'm like,
yeah, the only positive about being on IR is like your Wednesdays and Thursdays.
yeah.
When you're like, I'm kind of just hanging out and the boys are grinding right now.
Yeah.
But then whenever Sundays or the game comes along, there is definitely a deep pit
Oh yeah.
of like, damn, I wish I was just out there with
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Especially when you see, like your position
Yeah.
not having as good of a
Yeah.
day as,
Yeah.
and then you play the game in your head like, I would have been doing this.
Yeah, yeah.
But really, you never really know. Like, if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
I got the
I
same
feel
exact
like
way.
it's both too, though. Like, okay, maybe not for both of y'all, but speaking from my shoes, if I'm injured and the dude behind me's playing bad, yeah, you play the game like, oh, I wish I was out there helping the team. But if they're playing good, you're like, fuck.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
like
want him to be playing.
Yeah, I
good.
mean,
Like, that sounds selfish, but that's the nature of the fucking game.
you know what?
Like,
And
that's the nature of the game.
That is the nature of the game.
I don't necessarily-
but you
for me to come-
human.
Yeah.
That's why, because you human.
And like, what round were you? You were drafted lower, right?
6th round.
6th round, like cutting our teeth into the league or cutting ourselves a role in the league. Like when Rashawn got drafted in the 1st round, you kind of know what time it is. And for me to like get an opportunity to play again or to like show that I got film, I need somebody to get hurt.
Yeah.
Not that I want them to get hurt.
Yeah.
You just need an opportunity to present itself because I'm not going to get fast tracked like
Yeah.
somebody who has a pedigree that's like, oh, or they get paid a lot. Like that's just how that is. And once I did get to start in Washington, and for those couple years that you're referring to, is like when I would get hurt, you're like, it's one of those things you don't want to be out long because
Yeah.
it's not like the guy behind me or next to me doesn't look athletically same or better than me. I just like know the game, so I already just
Yeah, 'cause-
I just need to know like he can't display something good because then the question's gonna be up. Do we even need to play comp again?
Yeah.
Because I don't have the background that's gonna be like, no, that's comp spot when he comes back. Even if the dude behind him's playing better.
Yeah.
That's not my reality in the NFL.
Yeah,
So
well,
I don't know about
that's the
y'all.
Hey, we all three of us had to grind.
But this is
we had
the
to grind to make
business
it.
we in. They put that. They do that. They do
get
that
it.
for you though. They say, look, we're gonna draft this cat to challenge you, even though he not in a higher draft pick. Like say you win 1st round, this dude went 4th. But if you get hurt and this 4th rounder start balling out, I get what Will said. Taylor making how much?
Yeah.
That's how it happens.
How much? Do we need Taylor? Can
No.
this guy do this? And in my mindset, I was kind of on that too. Like when I got hurt, I'm like, damn, I want my dudes to do well. But if they, like you said, if they do too well, it's like, do we need this dude anymore? And then that's what
It
happened
has
in my
nothing
case.
to do with the dude balling.
No, it has nothing to do with it. It's what the owners think and the GMs think.
It's
like,
truly your own.
and that's
your
what-
own shit.
Yeah,
that
and,
you're like, fuck,
and
man, I
then
wanna
when
be on this team.
Jonnu got started going and they knew they found a way to get Jonnu the ball. Like, okay, we can't throw it to him deep, but if we give him a handoff or a screen or like a quick pass, the man is explosive.
You can house it.
He can house it. They start seeing that like, well, Delanie's $8 million after this year. Jonnu is
Yeah.
under $1 million. Who do we keep?
Right.
Well, let's release Delanie and see what Jono can do. And then he did it again the next year after I was gone. So it was just like,
It's like the
and then
nature of
Ferg,
the game.
yeah.
But you ain't gonna like you're dabbing. You're like Jonnu's your boy.
that's
like,
my dog. So I'm happy for him when he getting off. I would tell him all the time, shit, you here to replace me.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, when I be like, draft the fucking tight end, yeah, they gonna draft the tight end. And when I fall off, that tight end that they drafted is going to replace me. That's
Yeah.
part of the game. And I know that. And it's not that I'm not salty of the player. I'm salty of the GM and them because they don't really have loyalty to us.
Right.
They don't care really at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah, but is there a reason to be salty when you already know that's the situation?
But still, after all the work we built, all the stuff I did for the team, everything I put into the team, and to do it just to release that player, not even let them play out their contracts, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like saltiness until you understand that that's the nature of the business.
Right.
Like it
But
just,
you understand you've been in the league for
I know,
14 years.
yeah,
Yeah, I
like
know.
when you're older and you've got several years under your belt and stuff like that, you kind of just see it for what it is because you understand that that's a game. But when you're trying to fucking cut your teeth in the league and like trying to carve out a role, like playing ball's all you want to do.
That's
Like
all
you
I
want
wanna
your
do.
situation to work out.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. And
Yeah.
again, it's not like it's not like you're upset that the player out there is
Nah.
doing well.
Yeah,
like
nah.
it's like Rashawn playing. Anytime he had questions, like you're trying to help out as much as possible. But I'm sitting there knowing if I'm gonna get a situation or extend my career, I'm gonna need somebody to play bad enough for me to go out there or get injured. And that's just like the nature of being in that kind of spot.
well, see, I was the guy, Cass was like, I need Delanie to get hurt so I can get in. Obviously, because I was the starting dude. When you the starting dude,
Right.
most of the time the dude in the back, like, only way I'm gonna get in if that dude
Right.
get hurt. They not saying they want you to
Playback,
get
like,
hurt.
just like,
yeah.
okay, maybe he's dumb and doesn't know the playbook well to where it's like he'll be a liability out there. And then eventually in the middle of the game, it'll be like, hey, go in there and go. And you gotta be fucking ready to play.
You got to be ready to play. And that's the thing about being in the league now. You better be ready to play. It's the next man up. And that's what our motto in Tennessee is, the next man up. Vrabel really about that life.
About
He
that,
is
bro.
about that. That is for sure.
About that life.
That, I never had that. I mean, obviously our situations were different in the beginning, but like whenever I was hurt or anything, I never thought. Now, granted, no one, when I got hurt, no one ever played where I was like nervous. No one ever played to the level where I was like, oh, damn, they might not want to keep me. But as like my time with the Titans is coming to an end, you look at who's playing right now and you're like, hey, I need you to ball. Because I don't want to leave after Brandon Hopkins, Mike Ruse, and myself, and there's been like a lineage of good tackles. I don't want that to be a drop off after, like, you're kind of rooting for the team now because I've only been with one team the whole time.
But
But
then
like if you're sitting there looking at, I want to get another contract with this team, you kind of need it to be in a spot to where, hey, we want Taylor to come back on Tennessee because this spot's not cut. This spot's not like doing well enough.
Yeah.
Like
It's-
you kind of
but
you
that's
want
what's
to be wanted. You want to be missed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To
That's
where you
what's
have an opportunity to come
happening,
back. If you're like hoping they do well, you're on the back part of your contract, so it's like, okay, we'll go ahead and shave this cap space
Yeah.
because we'll get somebody cheaper.
But see, that's what, and see, his scenario different because if you look at what he got hurt, just like I did,
Mhm.
no injuries hurt. But see, in my Jonnu played well and Firster. They had two tight ends
Yeah,
that
they
was
were
out
balling.
there doing their thing. They like,
Yeah.
well, long we can keep these two.
And Ferg
to
was like an
replace one.
undrafted Harvard kid. It's
Yeah.
like, oh shit, we
Not
kind of got
making
somebody.
Not
no
fast
money.
at all, but he
Yeah,
would
like
get
just the
open.
minimum, yeah.
It's the minimum.
Yeah.
See, now you look at Tedesich when he hurt, they passing the left tackle around like a baton. Hey, 400, your turn.
yeah.
Hey, 400, your
Who
turn.
can do this?
400, your turn.
Oh, I know my boy Dennis all wrong now, right?
I'm not saying Dennis.
No,
I'm not saying I'm not saying he not good. He's just he ain't playing his best football right now.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that it shows. You know what I mean? You look at
Basically, if you're Dennis, you have to see this moment as like, this is my opportunity
Yeah.
to carve out a true role to even look forward to next year.
Next
like
year.
I'm trying to dethrone a kick and be like, hey, let's cut out this money.
Yeah.
And save that on Cut Taylor because we got somebody who's established. Like that's like I love how we're just talking the mental, the
Yeah, just-
mindsets of each different spot.
Yeah.
Because we've all been in like situations where it's either IR or something where you're like, man, what are you sitting there watching the game? You're like, am I about to get replaced? If you're all the way wrapped up in the playing football.
I knew it. I was telling people, they was like, man, what about next? I said, bro, I'm getting released. They like,
I know.
how you know? I said, you ain't seen what Jonnu been doing in Ferg, bro. Why would they pay me $8 million? They don't even pay them, both of them, that combined. All three of them combined.
Not even like half that.
Not even half that. So I am out of there. When I was doing treatment and John called, I already knew. I'm like, what up, John? He like, man, hate to do this, Delanie. I'm like, man, I know what time it is, John. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? He like, yeah, you hella player, da-da-da-da. Hate to do this, so we don't want you to take a pay cut. We just can't even tell you to take a pay cut after what you did. We just want to give you the opportunity to go find another team. But at this point, I'm still hurt. So
Yeah.
they cut me on while I was hurt. So, you know, they had to settle me out and do all of that crazy stuff. But I knew it was probably done for me.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
after
mean,
that
when I got this ACL, I went to John's office like before I went to California to get my surgery.
Yeah.
I was like, hey man, I know what's gonna happen after this year. And I just wanted to tell you, thank you for everything.
Yeah.
Thank you for believing in me, blah, blah, legit. Like, and he hit me with, well, you never know. I was like, listen, we don't got to do this. Like, I'm just letting you know, I know what's about to happen. And I love you and appreciate you. And we kind of like,
Let me
Do
tell
you
you
still
something.
feel like that's the case? Because you were talking about on K. This is actually a great fucking transition.
ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this episode to bring you Duke Cannon. It can be hard to find a good last-minute holiday gift for the boys, but don't panic. Duke Cannon has the perfect gift idea for the hardworking guys in your life. Their big-ass lump of Kohl soap that is humorous yet sensible. Gift for the guy in your life. It's 3 times bigger than the average bar of soap, and it is made with active charcoal and the masculine scent of what's that word? Bergamot and black pepper. Listen, I don't know what bergamot is, but I have smelt this and it smells fantastic. If you want to give someone a gift if they want to give someone a gift they won't hate and immediately return after Christmas, do the boys a favor and buy Duke Cannon at your local Target retailer. Me personally, every time I shower, I get excited because I get the opportunity to use that big ass brick of soap. I put it in the little pouch, I squeeze it up, and I rub it all over my body. Dude, I walk out of that thing and I feel like a million domestic. It is incredible. If you want to smell like me, if you want to give the gift that keeps on giving, check out Duke Cannon at any Target or on DukeCannon.com and use code Bussin. That's BUSSIN for 15% off your first order. Duke Cannon is not for clowns. And back to this episode.
You're talking about on K Adams last week. I saw you go back and forth with Buck Rising or Paul Carsey, one of them about
Yeah,
your
it was Buck.
situation.
Buck was on 104.5.
So something that's been
Find the good fight for your boy.
talked about out there.
Yeah.
So I feel comfortable to ask about it. Like, do you actually feel like that's the reality of the situation?
Did I get cut?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I think you owe me $14 million next year. I've had 2 ACLs in 3 years. Now, the way the ACLs work and all that stuff in the back end that like you and I have talked about, that whole story will come out eventually, but obviously not right now. But when you look at somebody and you're like, oh, they've had 2 injuries in 3 years, like it's pretty cut and dry. It would be wildly egotistical for me to sit here and be like, oh, the Titans need me next year. They could go draft somebody or they could trade for somebody.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately the league doesn't need like that's always a hard thing.
Now, if I was gonna give an argument for myself, left tackle is one of the hardest positions to say, hey, we need a guy.
You're not just gonna go out there and find Taylor Lewan on the street.
There's 5 or 6 in the league that can do it on a consistent basis.
Like everybody that would call for your head at certain points. It's like you can realize you can't just go find a Taylor Lewan out there that can
That's
be
what
a
I'm
player
saying.
on the perimeter.
Left tackle, come on. You can't just trade. It ain't an easy trade to trade for a
30 minutes ago.
No way.
Yeah. So,
Ola got released.
what?
yeah, Titans just
What?
released him. It's not official, but
Isn't that the special teams
You
guy?
sure this is real?
Yeah, it's,
I didn't want to bring it up earlier.
it was like 30
He been
minutes.
balling though.
Why? Do we know why? Do we have,
Nothing's come
He's
out
been hurt.
officially, but
He was on IR. He was on short-term IR for a little bit.
I don't know. I did it daily.
Hey,
is he the captain too? The
I
special
think
teams
he
captain?
I
was.
think
Yeah.
he was, bro. Look, this is
That's
what's
somebody you ain't want
scary.
to
It's a perfect example.
Yeah.
right in front of you, dog.
This is scary.
Yo, hey, Ola, look, he's quick too.
Yeah.
He broke my finger. He's the one that broke this one.
He's somebody you know. Hey, on teams you ain't want to have to fucking block. that
Yeah,
dude.
he was a workhorse. I watch him. I follow him. That's why.
Second career.
Little
Bring the
calm.
boy home. Bring the boy
Bring the boy home. Year 10 Willie.
That playoff push, man.
Just
Buddy.
second minute, you just-
But you don't think though, because you told that to John, right? So John the only one knows that you came up there and actually did that. I'm sure no one else knows that you came up there and said that you know this may be it. 'Cause-
I said the same thing in the Vrabel. I said, I know you got
Oh,
like
you
no,
said that
it
in
wasn't that. This may
He's
be it
also
for
talked
me.
About on man,
Up in Adams podcast.
Up in Adams. I
Yeah.
was gonna say I didn't
I know.
wanna
I
get
saw
caged.
that when you
Yeah.
did that. I was kind of like, damn,
Well,
Taylor, you threw it out there early.
But no, it's not like for me. It's not about like retiring. The whole
Everything's a
conversation.
negotiation. Everything's a
Yeah.
song and dance.
The,
It's
yeah,
weird. It's
the whole
wild.
thing is like I have a really hard time when I see football players being like, "Man, the coach is fucking me. Man, if I could just get out there and I would ball and oh, I can't believe they're releasing me."
Yeah.
It's like I remember watching these dudes and being like, "I will never be a person that lives in a fantasy world that much." To an extent, as football players, we all live in a fantasy
Yeah,
world.
of course.
But
Yeah,
when I'm looking at this situation, it's like almost like my own pride has to get in front of it, being like, I know I'm gonna get cut.
Yeah.
I know the writing's on the wall for me with the Tennessee Titans this year. It's been a phenomenal 9 years. I absolutely love it. And what you're saying, like, yeah, the argument would be like, you know, aside from being hurt the last 3 years, like consistently, like your boy's been balling for a long time.
Yeah.
And so, like, if they wanted to come and have a conversation, obviously I'm always up for a
They're
conversation.
gonna have a conversation, but it's gonna be a
Oh yeah,
okay.
it's gonna be a pay cut. Yeah, it'll be a pay cut situation.
Yeah, they
And
gonna
then
have a
you-
We're talking
conversation.
about that on Up and Adams too, about the retirement. Do you think about the end and stuff like that? It's like if nothing were to happen, would you be suiting up again for the Tennessee Titans?
If nothing were to happen,
If nothing were to happen, say
if they were like, they didn't even say, "Hey, we're gonna cut you." They just said, "Hey, we're just
No
staying."
conversation.
No
nothing.
conversation,
Just
nothing.
you just report. You don't hear nothing. You just report to camp.
and they ain't draft nobody, because I
No.
feel like if you don't hear nothing all the way up into the draft, you're kind of thinking
They gonna draft
what's gonna
somebody,
happen?
but at the,
for sure. But
They,
you know what
they
I'm
better
saying?
draft somebody.
You sit there and play the game
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're gonna draft something. Oh fuck,
yeah.
type of situation. But if say they don't draft nobody,
But they say they draft somebody. They use like, okay, Taylor gonna be a mentor. We're gonna use him for a
say they
mentor.
get a third rounder.
Yeah, we use him as a mentor.
Like, you're not gonna pay somebody $14 million to be a mentor.
Well, because you still gonna
Well,
play.
that's gonna show that they're a development. They're gonna develop, and you're gonna still be the guy for
Yeah.
another year.
That's what for another year.
know.
You get what I'm
Next
saying?
year, was next year like your last year on your deal?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, next
Yeah,
year is
it
your
was
last.
the last year
Oh,
of my
that's,
deal.
that's
Let's
the
just-
big day.
Let's just say
What's that?
That's a big payday for you.
Let's just say
No,
you're looking
my
at
whole
the beginning.
contract was like
They didn't
really
back-end
front
you?
loaded. No, I was very front loaded.
Okay. Yeah, they back ended my
I think
last
technically,
one.
if you look at my contract, what I'm getting paid now, it'd be like bottom half
Oh,
of
okay.
starters right now.
Well, and you took a 25% pay cut because you went on IR.
No, I had no split in my
You
contract.
didn't have no split. Okay.
No, I got the best agents.
lovely.
I had the best agents in the world. CA, shout out, Pat Collins.
See, my
Tom
first year,
Condon.
I got that whole $10 million because they didn't expect me to get hurt when I broke my ankle. I didn't play a game.
Yeah.
10 mil.
Damn, nail in the bank.
I gotta pee. I gotta pee. Keep telling that story.
So I never
I think we
really,
was asking you. You go-
I never really got hurt. So they didn't even put a clause in my contract for that first one. But that second IR though, that check looked a lot different.
you had a split. What was
I
that?
had a split.
Probably like 50%.
Yep.
Yeah, the one time I went on IR, fortunately, I was under a tendered year, so all of it's guaranteed. So that was like you're like
yeah.
nice, because
Nice.
usually you just get that shit split in
Wait, they
half.
tendered you in Washington?
Yeah, so being undrafted, I was on Peace Corps my whole first year.
Yeah.
So I had to go like Ferkser, I had to go exclusive rights free agent.
Mm-hmm.
So you either sign the dotted line or you can't play for nobody else.
Yeah.
Playing for the minimum. It was like 600,000.
Mhm.
Just, I mean, obviously like lovely, but at the same time, you're like, damn, I'm a starter and I gotta
I'ma
yeah,
get this?
yeah.
Oh, damn.
Exclusive rights free agent, thinking I could be a free agent. Then I was restricted and
Mm.
then unrestricted.
Yeah.
So I was watching for like 5 years before
I
I
know.
even touched free
Before
agency.
you even touched it. But when they
So I was
tendered you,
27 when I first hit free agency.
but what was a tender for a middle linebacker at that time? Inside linebacker?
I think I got it was 1.8.
1.8.
Yeah, which I was fired up. That's basically that the Titans year was equivalent to that, but that was like the highest I had got in a year.
What's the
Because
tax?
all the other stuff was I always got the big performance pay bonuses.
Because you played every
I just
snap.
got the Titans one from a couple years ago.
Really?
And it was like 6 figures.
Yee.
And that was those are the ones you don't see coming.
I know.
That shit was wild.
I bet.
I was like, oh damn.
Man,
Sweetheart.
that's crazy though. Like that they can do that to unrestricted free agents. Like
It's tough getting an unrestricted free agency, because even if you're the man, you get franchise tag, you
I
get all
know,
this.
that's-
Obviously you still get good money, but like, you know, it's tough to like make it all the way to unrestricted free agency.
What was the tax bracket in Washington at that time?
It was high. When I got here, I was like, oh fuck, you're saving a shitload more
yeah.
money, bro.
Yeah,
you saw 50, I think it was 52% of your check in DC. Here you're seeing like
Yeah, I know. I was in
like
San
60.
Francisco.
If you get bonuses, if you get signing bonuses that don't go through, like you're seeing like
I know, but you better. In Tennessee, they don't
see like
take all the
65%.
taxes out though. Tennessee, they don't take all the tax. You got to tell them to take all the
Yeah,
taxes
that's
out.
true.
Because
Yeah.
if not, you're gonna have to pay a shitload of
And
money.
you think you got way more money than you do. You're like, damn, I got this. And they're like, actually, you owe us 20%. Like, damn, they got me.
They got me.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, the only lovely part of being like on the lower is just you got the performance bonuses. at the end
Yeah,
of
I
the
know.
year. And
That's.
then you get to be
Yeah.
on the list that makes you feel a little bit better about
I
yourself.
mean, but
nice.
that just showed that y'all up and coming. Most of them guys that's on that list are always key players in the league down the road, though, because
Yeah.
they played early. They didn't get drafted, but they played early and they know the game. So
Right.
they go to another team. They usually get a payday and they become
Mhm.
somebody.
So Tennessee Titans next year, all remains the same.
If everything was the same, they didn't say nothing like the whole draft
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
and
yeah.
all that.
Perfect case scenario.
Here is what I would answer that question with. If this rehab goes better than the last rehab went, and I truly in my heart of hearts feel like I would be the same dude or I would be close to the same person I have been in my career, then I would absolutely go back and play for the Titans. But if I don't think I can be him, then
What if you think you could beat him and they sit you down and talk about
A cut. A cut.
pay cut? Well, I'd have to evaluate like, how much is that pay cut, how much is everything, because there is a level of when you play this game long enough and you make the paychecks I've been able to make, like the balances of what's worth it and what's not for your health does play a lot into it, especially having a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old now.
True.
And it's, yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, if I can be the same player or close to the same player I have been in the past, then yes, I would go back and play for the Titans. But if I really don't think, if I think, hey, like this is not necessarily like I'm not going to be who I thought I could be, I'm not going to watch the demise of myself. I said that on Kay's podcast. I'm not going to watch the demise of Taylor Lewan. I'm not going to be a dude that's like, hey, he's hanging on. Here he is again. He's doing it again. You know, oh, what happened to Taylor? Oh, he was great, but then this happened and that happened, and he's still in the league. Damn, yeah, he's still in the league now.
Yeah.
I just want to be the dude that's like remembered as a guy, you know? So I just think, like with your career, like you will always be looked at as Delanie Walker, someone who helped change the franchise of the Titans.
Because I never went nowhere else and played and had
Yes.
a downfall. Yeah, I get
Yeah,
what you're
it was
saying,
just like, yeah, like the abrupt end came for you.
Mhm.
And if this is that situation, it'd be a similar thing. I'd be looked at as a guy who is arguably the best tackle in Titans history. I would be a guy that helped change the culture of an entire team.
Yep.
And that is something that, from a legacy standpoint, I am incredibly proud of. Incredibly proud of.
Good way to go out.
You know, and that's a good way to go. Because if you go somewhere else for less than, you keep getting hurt, you keep puttering along, then all of a sudden you're like Jason Peters, who was on Dallas Cowboys
I
practice
know.
squad at 40 years old.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on with Jason Peters? You know what I'm saying?
And we got
I
the
got mad
same
love and
agent,
respect.
too,
I have
and
so
was
much respect
shocked
for him.
when I saw him
Yes.
going to Dallas. I thought he was done too. Like, and then I saw he was going to Dallas. I'm like, okay.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
But I think he went to the B squad because Tyron Smith got injured, right?
Yeah, he had a
So he
hamstring,
got
hamstring
called
off the
right
bone.
away.
But they didn't do that to Baker.
Mayfield?
Mayfield, yeah. When they
Some teams
They
operate
cleaned him off
differently,
waivers. That's a different situation. He was a free agent
Oh.
for a long time. I still don't think you take a 40-year-old man and put him on practice squad unless something's
I know.
up.
But that's
Unless,
the way
like-
that's the way the rules are. Like not
Now,
the rules
right?
are,
This
but
the
I'm
new
saying
rule, right?
the way that they can manipulate the roster. It's like
put him on
Who-
practice squad first.
David Johnson was just on practice squad not
No.
too long ago and
They
got
do it
elevated.
with everybody. They put everyone
They
on
put
practice
everyone.
squad for a week or
2 weeks, and
Yeah.
then you have to make a decision
Yeah.
if you're going to activate him to the
Active
roster.
or
or not. So
yeah.
you go
Yeah,
to P
David
squad,
Johnson
get
being on
elevated.
it. I mean, 4 years ago, he was the best.
He got
Yeah.
traded for like a second-round pick, right?
That was the D-Hop trade,
Well, this is the
right?
league.
With Houston?
Yeah.
You-
Some dudes are they just want to fucking play ball.
Some teams you could be the man on, then another offense you go to, and you just
Not the
you
man.
don't fit that system. You
Not the
just
man.
not the man, and that's just what it is. And I see it a lot. I see cats go places, and I'm like, dude, what happened to him?
Yeah.
It's just the system that they in, or the coach don't like them, or I hate to say
Or
that the
they're
coach
aging.
don't like them, but sometimes your coach
Yeah,
is not
sometimes-
gonna always
Sometimes
like.
the coach doesn't like you, and that's okay. But the amount of times you hear, "Hey, the coach doesn't fuck with me," I'm
know,
like,
I'm
"You're a
like,
fucking liar, dude.
yeah,
Maybe you
Because
just suck."
more
You know what I'm saying?
often than
I
not.
hated that shit.
Me too. I'll be
High school,
like-
college, the whole thing. Man, the coach doesn't fuck with me. Man, I've seen you drop a shitload of balls.
Yeah, I'm
like, don't
the
pretend like
coach
you're out
don't
here.
fuck with coaches fuck with anybody that's good.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
I was
Exactly.
the baddest student in high school. I was probably one of the baddest kids in high school at my high school, and the coaches loved me. They hated me, but they loved me. You get what I'm saying? Like they would not let me date their daughters if I had the opportunity. It'd
Yeah.
be like, hell no, he gonna
Yeah.
get shot before he 18. Like that's what they thought. You know what I mean? But they
Look who's
love me
laughing
as
now.
a football player. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
now they hit me up. Hey, can you send me a FaceTime video to my students?
Yeah.
Remember I wasn't gonna beat though.
But because more often than not, it's something that you basically hurt your own situation.
Yeah, pretty
Like
much.
it's not usually the only time a coach doesn't like a player is if their personalities clash and the coach is trying to like build something culturally inside that they're like, yeah, I'm not gonna. This dude seems like he could be toxic to the
but
locker
if you're good enough, it
But
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
but sometimes-
It does not matter.
Sometimes
It don't
coaches'
matter.
egos will be too big on that.
I don't know. With
No,
Malarkey,
bro.
Malarkey and I didn't like each other,
But
and I
couldn't
made
do
it a
nothing.
point. I made it a point to be disrespectful to him.
He couldn't do nothing though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they
you couldn't do nothing.
You can't do nothing. You were the investment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was still on my rookie contract then.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, he's not gonna. You were the guy, like you were starting, and you were the first round draft pick. Like, he's not gonna be able to implement what he.
Yeah,
if he didn't
I
like
understand.
you, or if you were kind of on the cusp, like. If Delanie was old, a new coach came in and Vrab didn't fuck with you, and he's like, I'm building a fucking culture. You're either in or you're out.
Yeah.
Or you want to miss practice a lot. You're somebody you can make an example of if you feel good about who
Yeah.
you got
Yeah,
behind you.
Yeah.
It's about, oh, there'd be big news, but then Jonnu and Fergal, would come
Yeah.
in. But it'd be like a situation like that, I feel like.
No, you right. Like you got to think. Malarkey was a headstrong coach, and at that time, Taylor was coming into who he was, and Malarkey don't like that. Like he want everybody.
personality,
Yeah,
like-
if the line was like this, everybody need to be on the line. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be like
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be like nah. We all gonna be even, and that's how. Only reason why I know because he was my tight end coach, and he'll be like, "You may be here, but we all here."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
On
Malarkey,
Sunday-
him as a tight ends coach and him as a head coach,
Was
two totally different people.
Yeah,
Like
different.
dramatically different.
Yeah, different, very different.
Awful.
I never because like I
Just
can't
awful.
lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like when he was my tight end coach, like a father to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like,
loved him.
Yeah, I love. Like he was drink beer with him. He'll bring beer. His family talk. We have some good conversations in the time. But when he became the head coach, I kind of got scared of him. You know what I'm saying? Was like, what can I tell him now? I don't want to. Because he look at it differently. You know, if you tell him something now, it's kind of offending him. Like, oh, wait, I'm the head coach. You shouldn't be talking to me
Right.
like that. So I kind of got scared of Malarkey when he became the head coach because he did change a little bit. Like Taylor said, he was a whole different
The
person.
biggest difference between Mike Malarkey as a tight ends coach and a head coach, when he was a tight ends coach, I'd be like, head coach. He'd be like, just call me Mike.
Yeah.
You're in the league.
Yeah.
I would call him Mike, and he became the head coach. A week in him being the head coach, I was like, hey, Mike. He's like, hey, it's coach. It was that dramatic of a difference.
Damn.
He was awful, dude. I'm so
You hate to see him switch up like that.
The only
Yeah.
issue with Mike getting fired was Russ Grimm also having to leave because he was the best.
He didn't want y'all know he got fired because of that, right? He didn't want Russ to leave. He didn't want Terry to leave.
But I think it was more Terry than Russ because we had a great offensive
No,
line.
I think it was more Terry too. But
Yeah. I heard they were like, hey, you got to fire Terry. And he's like, I'm not going to. I also heard he was out no matter what.
He called me and he said he was in, and then a day later.
I heard that. Okay, so this is what I heard. I heard before Kansas City in 2017,
17.
they're like, if you don't win this game, you're out.
You're out. Yeah.
But I heard that John already made that decision in his head. Like he's done. Him and Amy already talked. He won against Kansas City. We got our asses kicked against the Patriots.
Yep,
After
in the
that,
playoffs, yeah.
I heard what you just said. I heard that hey, you can stay, but you have to release.
These
Rubisky,
guys- yeah,
yeah.
I heard it was Rubisky, but then someone else said it was the whole coaching staff. They said they wanted him to fire the whole coaching staff, and he said he wouldn't do it. And I don't know, but I heard it was Terry. Like they need to get rid of Terry, but him
Yeah.
and Terry was like
Tight.
tight.
Terry's the
tight.
man too.
Yeah,
I love
Terry.
Terry.
The man. Terry still be texting me sometimes. Terry and him was like this, but then when I was like, damn, why he wouldn't just fire Terry?
Right.
Terry would have understood that.
You got to
But
understand, it's a business.
It's a business.
If he would have sat him in his office and said, Terry, this is a situation, they told me I have to fire you.
Yeah,
Like, it just is what it is, buddy. You got to go.
you got to go.
That's
But
just what it is.
But then everybody was like, oh, it just wasn't Terry. It was everybody. And I was like, he definitely wasn't going to fire Russ. At the end of the day, he can't fire that dude.
No, Russ Grimm was the GOAT.
He couldn't do it.
He's the best. He's the best coach I've ever had.
Couldn't do it. So I was like, Hall of Famer, all of that.
Yes.
He can't do
He
it.
changed the offensive line.
I know.
Like the year he got there, 2016, we were the best offensive line in the league.
And I'm like, so obviously if he not going to fire that man, I guess he got to go. So he loyal. He loyal to his family, his friends,
He
and
wasn't loyal to me. He was not.
Right.
Dude, I remember something happened.
he loved me though. I can't.
He
even-
loved you. That's why
I
it's,
can't-
it's a funny conversation to have with you because we have two dramatic different
Oh, yeah.
viewpoints on Mike.
I know, but when he became the head coach, I'm with you.
Yeah.
When he became the head,
switched up
he
big
switched
time.
up. I was scared to talk to him
Right.
when he became the head coach.
Bro, something happened. We played Detroit when we won like last second. I think who was the dude that played for Houston for a long time? Played on the team for like Andre Johnson. Yes, he made like the last catch, and I played well that game. But that Friday, I started yelling at Malarkey. Like he and I got in an argument. Remember, he kicked me out of practice.
Oh yeah,
And I went, dude. So when you were talking about like when you're so mad you can't do nothing, that you legit start crying,
Yeah.
I went into his office and I was like, I don't understand it. I don't know why you come at me. Like I'm doing the best I can to help like this team, blah, blah, blah. And I'm legit crying at him.
Yeah,
I was so mad.
I can believe
was
it.
so mad. And he just looked at me and goes, that seems like your problem. And sent me out. And from then on, I was like, fuck this guy.
Sometimes I feel like if he seen himself in y'all, like players, he treated y'all like that. Cause I don't know, cause he would show us like footage of him playing, and he kind of was like the white dude that worked hard and like,
Philip Supernaw.
yeah,
Yes.
and he would just be on, like he would treat them the worst,
Mm-hmm.
and I just
He treated Supernaw real bad.
real bad.
Really bad. And Supernaw was like, no matter what, you knew that kid was going to
Supernaw
throw
was
his
funny.
head into
Oh,
people,
he was
bro.
gonna go hurt
When
somebody.
Supernaw was
Before
funny as fuck.
Supernaw got comfortable, because I think that the last year he got a little too comfortable
too
being on times. He
comfortable,
found
yeah.
too much of a home.
Yeah,
But when Supernaw was like chipping my shoulder back against the wall, Supernaw,
yeah.
oh my
When
God.
he was a dog, like
Psychopath.
psycho, fight anybody, hit anybody in
Yes.
practice as hard as he can, lay out, do the most dirtiest stuff, bruh.
Bro, what did he say to that one Canadian kid? Bro, because none of us liked him.
I
He was
know.
always that
He
super
was-
go
he
hard
was
kid
that
in practice.
go hard.
He was like tackling dudes in practice. Like, yo, fucking stop. And
He was like-
Supernaw one day gets up to practice, gets up in a team meeting, and Malarkey's like, Philip Supernaw wants to say something. And Supernaw's like, hey guys, I want to apologize to you. Like I think he said racial slur.
I think he called him a dirty Muslim.
No, he didn't say dirty. He said Muslim. But the way he said it, the way he was talking, like in the meeting, I'm like, yo, did Philip call somebody the N-word? Like,
I
did he?
know, because that's what when he was like, man, they came to me like, oh, Philip said something racist. I said, what did he say?
Yeah.
They was like, I'm like, what did he say? Then he was like, he said some, I don't even know. It's like
I think he said Muslim.
Muslim or something.
Yeah. But all he said was Muslim.
And I'm like, what? I said, but this dude can sing every black song, every he ain't got no races in his. I said he crazy as hell.
Yeah.
But he ain't racist because they all wanted me to do something to him. And I'm like, I ain't doing nothing to Phil. If y'all don't do something to him
Phil
one-on-one.
probably was your best friend on the team.
No, he was my best friend.
Yeah.
That's why they would come cry. Every time Phil did something dirty to somebody, they came and cried to me. I'm like, tell him.
Yeah.
Like,
Talk to him.
Talk to him. What are y'all scared for? Tell him.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't know. Phil got a problem. You know what I mean? He ready to fight all the time and do the craziest stuff. So I think everybody on the team was just like shook of Phil a little bit because what he did in practice. Like when Phil first got there, I was like, man, dude, you gonna get hurt. I used to tell him, hey, slow down, bro. Like you going
Bro,
too
full
hard.
bore go.
You going
Like, run
too hard.
50 yards downfield.
Yeah, 50 yards downfield,
Just getting
kickoff,
after it.
punt returns, just hit somebody.
He was injured when I was there.
Yeah,
Bro,
He basically just talked about how
That was when he was a grind. That was when he was getting comfortable though. When you
Yeah.
got there is when Phil like kind of like
he got a little
the
money.
dog kind of left a little bit and he was more like, all right, like I've
Yeah, they gave him
but you
$2
can only
million.
play like that for so long.
Yeah, they gave him $2 million. Once they gave him the money, he kind of shut
Yeah,
it down a
that's
little
tough.
bit. Yeah,
That's tough. If Phil's listening to this, that's a tough thing for him to hear.
Nah, he know he gave him that $2 million. My
Yeah.
boy was like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm the third tight end, not the fourth.
Yeah. Bro, he would fucking grind though. We had a 16, 17. 16 for real. Like
all the
was
defensive
we were
players hated him.
Oh, hated him.
Hated him.
They still hate Phil to
It was
this
kind of
day.
like the same thing you were saying with your boys on defense with me. Like, oh, hey, Will, get your boy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sitting down on that side, like Jarrell, or not Jarrell, because Jarrell was more toward your
On my
locker.
side, yeah.
But like Rack and D Morgan, Wood and stuff, to be, hey, come get your boy. I bet, well, what's he doing? They talk
yeah.
about you either scrapping with Jarrell or like doing something. I'm just thinking like
Once a
what the
year, me and
fuck-
Jarrell
what
would
the
get in a
fuck
big
you want
fight.
me to do?
In
Yeah.
the games, they would be like, man, what's up with 77? I'll be like, he always talking, taking his helmet off. I'll be like,
Take my helmet off, flipping my fucking hair.
Every
Get
time.
that shit out of there,
I was
dude.
like, I don't know, but he calmed down. You started to calm down. At first, you used to be, now you used to be Taylor. Because Taylor be
Bro, they would have like,
chopping it to, I'm like, we in the huddle. Taylor.
In that play in Oakland, that Herb Street was getting you on that one time.
yeah, Herb Street killed
Remember
me
when
for
Kirk
that.
Herb Street came after him?
Yeah.
That one time for that, it was against Oakland, right?
Yeah, it's such a funny situation with Herb Street because I love him.
I know.
Like, we're
Yeah,
good
yeah,
friends
yeah. He
now.
needs to come on the bus.
I know he will. He absolutely will. But yeah, he like called me like a fake tough guy. Like I'm the reason this and that. Like went at me hard.
Yeah, I remember
I was
that.
like, damn, he really fucking
But that was
killed
like,
me right there. And then he did apologize at a Preds game. But I legit had to Slim Shady myself after that game.
no, you
I had to like
think
tweet
you-
like, hey, I'm the problem.
No, you hey,
I'm the fucking issue. I'm sorry. I did that a couple times. I got a bunch of penalties against Kansas City one
Yeah.
year too, and I had to Slim Shady myself then because that's how you get them, bro. If you fucked up and you're like, yeah, I'm a fucking problem, everyone's like,
I remember like
Damn.
4 times
Alright.
afterwards though, people were like, don't even think about fucking tweeting Taylor after like that penalty or something.
yeah. Because I used to get penalties.
Any fight break out, here come, boom, hit people, like run into the crowd face first, bam, all in they. I'm like, Taylor. And then I don't know, out of nowhere, the one game Marcus get hit, I see Taylor sitting on the floor.
Bro, Denver. That was against the
game.
Denver Broncos.
I'm like, where the hell is Taylor? 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
ready to
No,
see
it
Taylor
wasn't. It
running.
wasn't Marcus. It was Harry Douglas. 'cause
Harry
he
Douglas.
Cut, Akeem
Harris.
Talib.
Oh no, was it?
No, he cut Harris, in the knee, and he had to go out for a play. And Akeem was like, "I'm gonna get your ass." And the next play, Akeem like tossed his
Tossed
ass.
him, and everybody
I
going.
saw this big fight. Once I realized it wasn't Marcus, I was like, "I gotta sit."
Yeah,
I sat on the 50-yard line, just
was
sitting
just
there.
They wanted you to be better, so you're like being over. Like
I was being OD.
overdramatic.
Yeah,
I was
he
being
he
OD.
was being like extra.
Yeah.
I turn around, he Indian style or in the middle of the,
Pull that picture
sitting
up.
on the field.
Yeah, I was like, my coaches said I couldn't play with the other kids or
that's
something like
so
that.
funny.
Bro, that was because I remember a big fight breaking out in my head. I'm like, perfect opportunity, and I literally sat there like this, feet on the ground like this, just sitting there.
Yeah, I look like, because I'm used to seeing Taylor just come. I'm going to usually grab Taylor like,
Yeah,
bruh,
he did.
like-
He was always the one that grabbed me.
When
There I am. Nope.
Sherman hit Marcus,
That's when I was hurt.
That's it right there.
Yeah, I'm just
right
sitting
there.
there.
Sitting
the fight
there.
was like 40 yards away.
Yes, on the 50-yard line.
Staying out of the scuffle.
That's the Tennessee Titans Snapchat, literally.
Yeah.
Bro, that's so funny.
I can't believe
I
that.
feel like all the dudes who have extra antics, like after plays and stuff, the label is just easily to say fake tough guy.
Yeah.
Because anytime I've been in another room and they're going over the O line, I feel like that's all a D coordinator would say.
Go ahead.
77. They're back. Yeah, he's good. He can do some good things. But hey, look, he's a fake tough guy. You just got to get in his head.
But Taylor would get
Come
in
on,
their
get my
head.
head.
That's what he was doing. Like, that's what I seen when. That's why I would let him do his talking for a little bit. But then when Marcus would be like, get Taylor, I'm like, Taylor, man, come on, get up.
All right, prance back over.
He did prance back over.
Yo, that was so much fun. And then the Seahawks thing when they hit Marcus.
Oh my
that
god,
shit was crazy. Yeah.
That game
I
was
did.
the wildest game. They was like,
Bro, they
It
were.
was-
That was the dirtiest game I think
it
we've
was
ever
the dirtiest
played.
game. And it was like all the white dudes just calling them the N words. They was like, Phil called me the N word. Remember, he was like, 89.
Hey, you
just
gotta
called me-
rephrase it.
No, hey,
Taylor was
You
saying
said
what?
all the white.
Hey, Taylor was saying what?
They came to me and said all the white dudes
Who's
said
they?
that. The-
Michael Bennett.
Michael Bennett.
Michael Bennett was saying that. He's like, "What'd you call me?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You just said the N word." I'm like, "Whoa, whoa! I didn't say that."
They were saying that. They
Bro.
was like, oh, how you cool with them saying the N word? I say, no one said the N word, bro. Why
Yeah.
you keep saying they like 89 just said the N word? I'm like,
Maybe,
Phil?
maybe.
You're thinking, Phil, yeah, Phil.
What is this?
He's like, I didn't say the N word. They mad.
Yeah, this shit was crazy, dude. And was KJ right on the team?
No.
Right there. Yep. Here he come right now.
I don't know if I can remember.
Yeah, like, do you say anything or do you just kind of like
I was
mush?
probably
Like,
getting his face. I don't know. I was probably just saying whatever.
I think we just getting in his face.
That's Schwenky pulling me off. Bro, no, that's Sankey. That was Brian Schwenky. I go up to him in a second too. That was crazy. Marcus, the best, dude. Just taps him on the ass, dude.
Buddy, like,
Look, he's still.
Bro, still,
we should
bro.
we need to get
Cam
Sherman on here,
Chancellor?
too. They had a fucking.
Yeah, that was like the ending of Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
Like that's when we were still like
We destroyed them.
they were
though.
still them. We did. We
destroyed
legit
them.
dummied them.
Dummy
There
them.
was a play too where someone got held up and it was like 5 yards and the O line just like dove in there and fucking smoked. Like we got like 5 more yards. It was like to seal the game.
They was trying to fight the whole game. I'm like, bro, after we started winning, they was just trying to fight. They was on field though. They was on field.
Yes.
Even after the game, they
Yes.
was on me. Like, what? Hey, 89 said that. I said, bro, I
mean,
just don't.
if they stayed on that 89 kick the entirety of
No,
the game.
Phil wouldn't say that.
I don't think he said it, bro. I just think he said something.
Hey, Delanie was definitely a dude that he'd be like, hey, man, you could say it. Go ahead and say it. Like, just trying to tee you up.
Oh, yeah.
Delaney's for sure a tee him up kind of guy.
When I was in high school, I went to an all-blood high school, right? Like gang blood, in blood neighborhood. Every time we played Crip schools, even though I was in a Crip neighborhood, every time we played a Crip school, blood, they be like, hold up. No, I'll be like, nah, blood. Like that's how you get people. You gotta make them mad. This game can get people angry. And when they angry, they don't do what they supposed to do. They get out of character. So I used to be that guy. Yeah, I tell man, call him a nigga. I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gonna win the game.
We trying to win the game.
Hey, bro, we trying to win the game.
It's gonna hurt him.
All's fair in love and war.
We trying to win the game. If he gonna get thrown off by that, go on, call him.
Bro,
that.
your
No,
high
but
school.
He never said it though. Phil never said it.
So you basically encouraged Phil to say it.
I
is
never
what you're
encouraged
saying.
him to
No,
say
hey,
it.
that's a dude. Let's go back to your high school real quick. There were blood and Crip schools.
Yeah.
All blood, all Crip.
All Crip, all blood, yeah. It's the neighborhood you live in. If you live in a blood neighborhood, you ain't gonna go to a blood school if you're a Crip, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting educated right now.
Yeah.
So in California, you got
Like
neighborhoods.
YouTube comments, probably just like look at Delanie.
If you're a blood, you're not.
Taylor's just sitting there uncomfortable listening to blood and Crip talk. Like,
Yeah.
you know, right?
No.
In California, you got just different neighborhoods, and certain neighborhoods, the schools is right in that gang neighborhood. So you're more likely to see that gang if you go to that school. So that's what it pretty much was. And I went to Pomona High, and it was a known blood school because it was in the islands. And I know y'all know what that means, but that's what they call that
there's
area.
islands in California.
Yeah, I was like, there's islands in California, like Catalina. You talking about Catalina Island?
Hey, just a neighborhood.
Oh,
yeah.
We're talking about neighborhoods.
And I lived in the
Islands?
north side. I lived in the north side in like Ghost Town area. So it's like that they Crips. I went to a blood school pretty much, but everyone liked me because I didn't really bang like that. And I would play football. So
What do you mean you didn't bang like that? Just like a part-time job?
because like
You go back to where your environment
back
is.
to where you is.
Yeah.
Like, I never really had to bang because they all knew I was a good football player, and then no one really could beat me up in my neighborhood, so they couldn't make me be a game banger. But I hung out with them, so I'm affiliated with them because people saw me with them. You know what I mean? That's how it was. But they didn't mean I was a game banger. It was just them my friends, and you associated by who you hang out with, and that's just how it is in the city. So, yeah. Pretty much, I just went to a blood school and
Damn.
That is
Like I
crazy.
learned something today.
Did you talk about in the last podcast how you had to get your whole neck tattooed because people were like, hey.
yeah. So it's dark on my neck. The dark spots is because I had rest in peace, baby Casper, and but he was talking about another Casper. Not
Yeah.
Casper,
Is that the Casper story?
No.
That's the big homie. The other one he was talking about is the little Casper. So he got killed, and I had that on my neck. And when I was getting drafted, they was asking me about it. Like, is that gang ties? Why you have that on your neck if you ain't in a gang? So I covered it up. So
Damn.
you wouldn't be questioning it because I was supposed to go in the 4th round in the draft, and I dropped all the way to the 6th. They told me they had concerns about me, I got in a lot of fights in school, and then the tattoos on my neck and all the stuff like that. So they was concerned
Sitting
about.
there like,
Yeah, because you're like the #1 player, right?
Yeah, I was number 1 player in my school. Obviously, it's a small school, but
Yeah, your school
Missouri,
around
though.
nationally.
yeah, huh?
No, I was talking about in high school.
Oh, high school? I don't even know where I was ranked at in high school.
Can you pull that up? See what he was at in high school.
We probably don't
Because
even
you
know,
right?
were getting like
You went to-
major offers, right? And you
Yeah,
got
but
in trouble.
But I don't think I was ranked high in high
oh,
school.
so you were a problem growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on probation for 2 years. I had got assault and battery case, so I couldn't leave the state of Pomona.
Talking about like you get seen with gang members, you get associated, kind of like, oh
Yeah.
damn, he just got. But now it just sounds like you just got some trouble.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool photo.
That ain't me. I don't think I was ranked on
I
it.
don't know if they have it.
Yeah. It was probably too long ago, bro.
Hey, look at that. Is Delanie Walker a Hall of Famer?
Probably not.
Because what school did you go to in Missouri?
Central Missouri State.
Central Missouri State.
Where's that
That's
at?
wild, man.
Warrensburg, Missouri.
Hey, I bet you had a hell of a time
Had
there.
a hell of a time.
Buddy, what is it like there?
Party town, bro.
Is it really?
It's like Broadway. They got one street like Broadway. It's lit.
Really?
In
you gotta
Warrensburg,
remember-
Missouri?
Yeah, you gotta remember, I'm coming from California. Like, we always had white people around, but like, I never partied with them. I went
Yeah.
to Missouri. It was like, if you was black, you played sports. Everybody else was white. So it was just like, let me see how they do. I've never been in the drinking beer. I'm talking about penny pitcher Wednesdays. We drinking beer out of
Any picture Wednesdays.
Bro, that Wednesdays was the most fireest time because you go in there with a couple of quarters and I get about 20 pitchers put on the table, drinking Natty Light. You know what I'm saying? I never drank beer, nothing, until I went to Missouri.
Yeah, white boy wasted with them
All day.
dudes.
And I lived with 5 white dudes. They used to be like, bro, we never lived with a black guy before. We never even had a black guy on our team. You the
We never had a
craziest-
black guy on the
Yeah,
team.
they be like, you the craziest black guy we ever met. I'll be like, yeah, you damn right. You know, and then I would be chewing. They got me chewing. I got turned out. I ain't even gonna lie. I got turned out. I used
Natty
to wear,
Light and some dip, bro.
yeah, I used to wear 5X Pro Clubs, big old 40 jeans. You remember that was when I moved in with them, everything slammed up. They was like, you ain't gonna never get a white girl dressed like that. I be like, y'all, hey, y'all burnt out. So then I started switching everything up because just in Missouri where I was at, it was just, you know, I stood out for sure. I
Yeah,
stood out
no
big
question.
time. Oh yeah, I stood out. So I just try to fit in. And I had a great time though at Central. I ain't even gonna lie. It was some of the best.
When you said you were switching up and all that, like when you would go back home, would your
I was
friends
wearing
back
the,
home?
No, I'm wearing the same. They like, I putting the homies on like, yo, y'all gotta get on these. This Abercrombie fit, whatever it's called. Y'all gotta get on this. They like, what is that? I'm like, yeah, bro. I know you.
Oh,
walk
you were
by-
putting the whole Pomona. You're putting all
Yeah,
Pomona
I
on
put
there.
them on. I'm like, yeah, it's just gonna look funny when you walk in that store. It's gonna look like a surf store. It's gonna have all the surfer white boy posters up, but the clothes fit perfectly. Trust me. And we started changing up our style.
That's
You know
hilarious.
what I'm saying?
Fucking all time.
That is
bro.
so funny.
5X Pro
Warrensburg,
clothes and the
Missouri.
40 jeans. We ain't enough of that. That ain't gonna get you nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So start fitting, getting a little fitted. You know, make your jeans just a little fit. Not too fitted back then, but they was fitted a little bit
You got to
more.
work your way into the
Yeah,
tight
yeah,
pants.
You had to
You
get
couldn't just go from the super
Nah.
baggies.
to the straight tight.
Yeah.
You suspect now, you know what I mean? So we did it by steps, but I came back home, put all my cats on that. Man, we started going to the Burlington Coat Factory. I'm like, yo, they got everything. Because we used to go to the indoor swap meet and just get everything from the swap meet. That's all we knew. We wasn't going to a real mall. You know what it is?
That's wild. Do you want to do tier talk with us?
We want to put him in our
Our tier talk?
normal conversations. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Our
think
tier talk, shout out, no free shout out.
yeah. So,
I think you should.
What's the tier talk?
so tier talk is categorized. Tier 1 is the best, 2 and 3.
Okay.
And so what's the category today? Holiday themed? Question mark.
We haven't. What do we want to do? That's
We wanted a holiday theme. JP threw out like 4 different options. I'll read them.
Said,
Should we do Christmas songs?
Oh, I like Christmas songs.
Christmas
Y'all
songs?
may be better than me on this Christmas song, but let's do it.
All right,
Let's
well,
see.
There's no like it's yours. There's no right or
Or
wrong.
3
It's
favorite.
your 3
Yeah.
favorite.
Okay.
and
Delanie
we can
Walker's
pull, we can
three
pull a list too for like references. So
Yeah.
Pick from. It's not just like straight from memory.
Go ahead, cause I told y'all memory done.
My phone been charging.
Memory is done right now, bro.
I know my 3 already for Christmas songs though.
I need to figure out my third.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now still with Delanie Walker. Usually the boys just do this on their own, but he has been gracious enough to grant us with a tier talk of his own. Today's tier talk will be Christmas songs. Your 3 favorite Christmas songs, all put through tier 1, 2s, and 3s. Obviously, honorable mentions are allowed. I hope you all enjoy this. We are now going to take just a few minutes and figure it out. Maybe do an ad read right now. We interrupt this podcast to bring you an ad read. This is from the Nashville Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Listen up and listen closely because you don't want to end up like one of those people we all know. Did you know that driving high is considered driving under the influence? That's right. Driving under the influence of marijuana is against the law in every state, even states where marijuana is legal. That means driving high could get you a DUI. And if you think law enforcement officers can't tell when you're driving high, you're wrong. Your friends can tell, your coworkers can tell, even your parents can tell. Everyone can tell. So what makes you think that law enforcement officers don't know when you're driving high? Driving under the influence of marijuana can slow your response time and change how you perceive time and speed. So even if you think you're fine, to drive when you're high, you're not. Because the bottom line is, if you feel different, you drive different. And driving high is driving under the influence. So remember, drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA. That was the oddest ad. Oh, and back to the episode. That was the oddest.
That was actually good. It's really elementary, but it was good.
Yeah, that's actually one of the better ones I've ever read. I don't read very good. Huh?
Who wrote that?
They do. NHTSA.
Yeah.
They did that?
Yeah.
Oh, they did a good job.
You have a pretty tough experience with driving under influence
Oh, yeah. My auntie and uncle were killed by a drunk driver
after the Super Bowl, right?
at the Super Bowl. Yep.
That's tough, man.
2013.
So for those of you who don't put people in those situations, Delanie Walker has been one individual has been affected by that. Millions every day are affected.
Very true.
Once again, back to the episode.
Okay, I can go first.
Oh, you're ready?
Yeah.
All right. Go for, if you're going to do honorable mention, do that first. But start from your bottom and go to the top.
Oh, from my bottom to the top.
Yes. We don't want to know your best one first.
Okay, well, sorry. Okay, my bottom one's going to be Jingle Bell Rocks.
This is your honorable mention.
Yeah.
All right.
Jingle
Or is
Bell
this your
Rocks.
tier 3? Is that number 3? Where's that at? 4, 3, 2,
That's
1.
3.
Okay, so that's your tier three. Tier
Yeah,
three.
tier 3.
Jingle Bell
Bell
Rocks.
Rocks.
By
Yeah.
who?
This one's going to
You got to have the artist?
This is going to be
Wants to
by
know?
Captain Santa Claus.
All right. Okay. And your tier 2.
My tier 2 is going to be Underneath the Tree
Bye.
by Rapping in Red. I don't know who these artists are.
I
These
feel
is
you. I'm
Christmas songs.
not savvy on the artist.
And then my top one is I Saw My Mama Kissing Santa Claus by Jackson 5.
That's a good one. So my mama kisses Santa Claus. That's a
All right.
solid one.
Will?
For the word,
Yep.
fun.
Cultured.
Festive.
Golden.
Classics.
Happy.
That was a good job.
All right.
Yeah,
did a good job.
that's a good job. He just came out.
All right. Yeah. Cool, man.
My honorable mention is going to be Last Christmas.
By who?
Fortunately, I have this list right here. Wham.
Oh, that's a good one.
Last Christmas by Wham. My tier 3, tip of the cap, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's a banger when you were young, and when you started to hit that remix, when you started to get up in elementary school, maybe around 4th grade, 5th grade, like, oh, there's some ad-lib to this a little bit. I think Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is phenomenal. The people. The people, all of us, man. My tier 2 is, I feel like it is the banger that starts right when Thanksgiving ends. Like, this is when you start turning it up. All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. You get that one going, you start belting it, you're in it. Is you, and then you hear the jingles, and then you just like, yo, it is, yes.
Yeah,
And you just start getting hyped, bro. My favorite Christmas song of all time, tier 1, is Baby It's Cold Outside.
By who?
What's his name?
Michael Bublé?
Bing?
Bing Crosby?
Is that him?
Frank Sinatra does one. Bing Crosby
That's
does
what I'm saying.
one.
I love Baby It's Cold Outside. You do the Baby It's Cold Outside? That's,
Yeah,
to me, that's
that
my
is
favorite,
the,
dude. I love it.
It's got some SA on it, dude. All right.
It does. I feel like it gets some heat. Like, hey, should we cancel this?
Bo, say what's in this drink? Baby, it's cold outside. Yes.
People gotta come after it. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
it's a little song.
He's basically just like, hey, you got to stay. He's like, yo, what's in this?
He's being persistent. No, you can't leave.
Yeah.
Maybe that is.
They try to cancel it,
maybe
yeah.
That is a little sketchy.
Not on our
but-
watch.
Yeah,
That's a
not
good
on
song.
our watch.
All right. You want me to go?
Yeah, you got it. Hang on. Yeah. Go ahead.
Strong.
Romantic.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
He was ready for that word.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah. Oh, you want to hit that?
Yeah.
He did have a shiny nose.
Like a light bulb.
Horny.
You played too.
Yeah. Yeah.
At a very horny.
Same.
nose. What?
Same.
Same what?
Same as him.
Canceled.
Bangers.
I like that.
That was good. That was really good.
Thank you.
All right. I'm drawing a blank because I have my 4 and I kind of forgot
See,
them.
that's what happened on Baby It's Cold Outside. I had so many coming to my Santa Baby. I started singing the songs you were singing.
Fuck. All right, give me a second. Cut this part out so I can just think for a second. All right, I'm ready. My honorable mention goes to one of Will's. And it is a banger when you put it on Thanksgiving and it comes out and her voice hits. And that's All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey. And I'm so disappointed I can't put it in my tears. I'm so upset. But I think when that song comes on, it's something that everyone enjoys. And low key, you pause it. You pause it in the middle of the song, go, yo, she's really that fucking good.
Yes,
she's
bro.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
That is an amazing song. My tier 3 goes to the king himself. And that's Blue Christmas by Elvis Presley. That's a he starts hitting that, buddy. That is a little romantic. It makes you Christmas. That is a nice fucking deal. My tier 2 is going to Michael Bublé, When You Just Want Her to Stay. And that is Baby It's Cold Outside. I think that song is a fucking hitter. I love it. And if they cancel it, I'm going to have to get that thing on LimeWire or some shit. So I make sure that thing stays in my playlist forever, dude, because I do love that song. And my tier 1, I play it the day Thanksgiving's over until Christmas in the locker room on repeat. And that song is by Bing Crosby. And the song is called Christmas Is A-Comin'.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my tier talk.
Start it off, G.
Go ahead, G.
Classics.
And was that used? It's already used.
Heat. Jolly.
Intimate.
Traditional.
Warm.
Oh. That one made me feel nice. That was a nice tear talk, boys. That was a nice tear
That
talk.
was a good tear talk. Now, should we
Yeah.
do our other favorite segment, which is Shout Out, No Free Shout Out of the
That's
Week?
going to be a little more difficult. Delanie's got to go last if he wants to do shout out.
No,
No, for
that's
shout out of the
fine. He
week.
can go
Shout out
last so
what?
he can understand it.
It's
Shout out, no free shout out of the week.
Oh, shout out.
Your
somebody.
shout out, no free shout out. It doesn't have, it can be a person, a thing. Like, to get perspective, a couple weeks ago, I shouted out water bottles in your car that start to get cold
Oh,
during the winter months.
Underappreciate.
Things that
That's a
go
good
under
word,
the
Jack.
radar that you don't think about that you might do on an everyday basis.
okay. Got it.
Shall we?
Yeah, shall we?
Is it time for our favorite segment of the week? Shout out. No free shout out of the week, as always. We start with our man in blue, Blasi. What you got, King?
My shout out this week goes to something that's probably not going to be on. It's probably something that I only do.
Brock
and
Purdy?
What's it? No, not Brock. Not Brock Purdy. But hey, shout out Brock Purdy. But I just recently started doing this, especially with like audiobooks, and that's listening to an audiobook in the gym. I think that's super underrated. I don't think very many people do it. Might be unpopular, but shout out to listening to an audiobook in the gym.
Okay, Blasi.
Interesting. Jackie, baby, what you got?
I want to do a Christmas shout out, but there's time for that. So I'm going to do something I experienced yesterday. And it goes along with the Titans fan base, but it's a specific genre of the Titans fan base. Obviously, the game did not go the way we wanted it to. But shout out to the fans that do not exit the stadium with a minute left in the third quarter. Even if the score, we're down 16, 18 points. The people who stick it out, they run up, they get one more beer before the sales close for the fourth quarter. They go enjoy it. You know, they cheer the team on. We see a nice Chig catch with the helmet catch. 2 point, you know, cheer the team on and don't just fucking bail. So shout out to those fans, myself included, sticking it out there.
Yeah,
You know,
Jack.
shout out to me. So yeah,
Dude, that is a great shout out,
We gotta
dude.
run that clip. We need to clip that too and make sure that gets out there on the internet and make sure
Yeah.
people know.
People got to fucking know. I was at the Stanley Cup Finals for the Preds when they were losing to the Penguins, and that same shit happened. Beginning of the third period, people just started leaving. Taylor's like, Taylor hit me with, do you want to leave? I was like, fuck no, dude. We are staying, and we're going to enjoy this.
You don't. I know. Why are you leaving?
So disrespectful.
It's gotta be so shitty as a
I did too. I watched them get the trophy.
Bro.
And watching people just flooding out.
Flooding out, dude. It's a terrible feeling.
They not real
Good on
fans.
you, Jack. Good on you.
Fair weather fans, don't you, Delaney?
Yeah.
You know you hate some of them Titans fans out
No,
there.
yeah. Them Time boys. Mitchy, baby, boy, you're up. What do we got?
So I'm going to go in more of a Christmas holiday route. I'm sure every family has these, or whether it's with your family or it's like with a group of friends, and that is a holiday tradition. Whether it's like a family Christmas party you do, or you go get your Christmas tree at a certain thing, or like you have like a cookie day. One thing my family does is, or my friends do, like we go to my buddy's house in New Jersey, and he's in like a tight little neighborhood, and we go Christmas caroling. We'll like rent out the back of a bar, just enjoy a few beverages, and then go walk around his neighborhood with like a trailer with like a keg or something in it. We'll go knock on doors, like sing some songs to him. No, normally it's just like two or three.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like your stereotypical Frosty the Snowman. Yep.
Hit those classics. I bet you can belt it out too.
Oh yeah, you have a little liquid courage in you. You definitely can.
No question.
But
Singing those classics with a keg, that's such a white boy move, dude.
That is. That's a nice. That's a
It's always a
northeastern
good
white boy
time,
move.
yeah.
I had kegs in Missouri stacked up to the ceiling when I was
Yeah.
like,
Garrett, what merch we shouting out today, buddy? What we got? What kind of heat we got, kid?
I don't know, but are you foreshadowing with the Atlanta shirt on?
Oh, I see you
Oh,
wearing
you
the
like
Dirty Boy
this,
shirt,
huh?
man.
I saw that.
Keeping the dream alive, boys.
You repping the year 10 Dirty Boys.
I got
man.
you, kid. I got you.
My shout
gotta
out,
keep it alive.
no free shout out this week is going to go to something we all experience, and I'm going to have a hard time explaining it, but those little moments when you're by yourself that either like just make you smile or just like either you time like the light up at the right time. You're like, you're sitting there at the red light and you're like, and green, hits green. I don't know what the word is
Little
exactly for
victories.
that. Yeah, little personal self victories that, sometimes don't get shared with everybody. But
I like that. I like that. Or
Come on, I like that. Yeah, that's good.
I don't know how to word it.
Because like sometimes when I'll take Rue and put her in and that car seat
It
clicks
clicks.
just perfect, I'll literally look at y'all, but hey, today's gonna be a good day.
Exactly. Those,
It's like building that little momentum early in the game, early in the
yeah,
day. Bro.
yeah.
those moments.
Delaney?
Or would you like us
my
to go?
my shout out, no free shout out is the glass tips that goes in backwoods. Just man, just that clean, free smoke, man. That's nobody do. I don't think a lot of people do it. They should if you want that clean, positive smoke to go in, so you can feel great with your backwoods. Them glass tips, man. Just I don't know why people don't do it enough, man. It's just like the best thing ever.
That man.
That is iconic.
That was outstanding. Every time when somebody comes in for shout out, no free shout out, they have great ones.
I know they do a good job.
Yeah, they do
We've
a
only done it with
fantastic-
a couple people though.
I know, but every time it's been great.
Mm-hmm. My shout out, no free shout out, goes to. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like there's part of me that wants to make sure JP hasn't said this one to me because it's written in my shout outs list, and I don't want to snipe his if that's true.
That's okay. He's not here to defend himself.
Okay. But my shout out, no free shout out goes to when you're driving on the highway and you're about to hit an exit and the exit's got all the spots that you're looking for when you're just road tripping. Has that been said?
Yeah.
Really? All the spots?
Well, mine was when you're driving.
Different little moments.
Yeah,
But
it's different.
I
That's
feel like you're betting on yourself in your scenario.
Yeah.
Like, am I going to settle for this Subway and McDonald's, or am I going to try to take a trip down here and maybe find myself a Chick-fil-A?
This one, the success is coming to you.
This one, the success you already pulled up, you might not even be feeling it, but you're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is where I'm stopping.
you at the
It's got
turnpike.
the-
Yeah.
it's got the nice gas stations.
Hell
It's got
yes,
the
dude.
nice spots to eat. So that's my shout out, no free shout out of the
That's
week.
an outstanding
I
one.
felt dicey saying that one for whatever reason. Like maybe I felt like fuck it.
You can keep
I'm
going.
just thinking because I took his word one time.
Yeah.
JP's word.
I know.
He
And it was
bummed about
outstanding.
I know. Great timing.
It
It's like,
was.
It's hard to
You
replicate.
can't not do it
If
again.
y'all get a backwood plug, y'all just let me get some of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just, you just
Shout out backwoods, no free shout outs. You might get one from that. You might get one. My shout out, no free shout out of the week is when you have a friend and you see that friend have success and knowing them before that success and like being able to be at their moment when they were able to have like their defining moment in their career. And that came to us on Friday.
Ooh, are you gonna say it?
Yes. Being able to see Jelly Roll sell out Bridgestone Arena and have the moment he did.
Yep.
There was a moment I literally got choked up. He came out of the gate hot, 3 banger songs, boom, boom, boom. And he stops after that third song, kind of takes a second. And as he's taking a second, people are going, Jelly, Jelly. The whole fucking crowd, I got goosebumps right now. The whole crowd, 15,000 people are cheering his name. And you can tell he is truly taking that moment to realize everything he's done in his life that's led up to this. Dealing drugs, spending 10 years in prison, watching the Music City Miracle from juvenile detention center to now, and being in his hometown, selling out Bridgestone Arena, one of the iconic places to sell out in Nashville, Tennessee.
True.
Took that moment and seeing the emotions on his face and him bringing up all his friends, whether it was Ernest or Hardy. He brought his wife up at one point. It was just such a celebrated moment that he did incredibly well that we were lucky enough to be a part of. And to know Jelly since like the beginning of doing this podcast. He legit was a fan of us. And I didn't even know really about Jelly. When I met him,
Because
I
he
was
came
like,
a shop that one time
Yeah.
after Thanksgiving.
yes. And I was like, I gotta start listening to this dude. And since then, since knowing him and there's low-key like being his friend and watching him have the success he has is like a truly special moment. And so my shout out goes to pretty much a Jelly Roll. What an outstanding.
Man, he a real dude. That's
I
a
don't know
real
if he
dude.
talked about it at the show, but apparently he donated all the proceeds to that whole show to the Metro Juvenile Detention Center.
That's
$3.
freaking awesome.
And it was like apparently like 237,000.
Probably
Yeah.
sold out
The game told
Bridgestone.
me.
Yeah, I mean that's
Sold
big.
out.
He
Double
sold it
down.
out.
And with his contract, the way it works, well, he was explaining to us the music stuff. Like he made most of that money, like that he gave
He's like an independent artist.
Yeah.
He didn't get got by
Nobody else.
the mainstream society of
by-
music.
What is
No.
it? Big music.
Big music,
Yeah, dude.
promoters,
Yeah,
all
exactly.
of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because his whole camp does everything for him. So that's the way to do it.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
What I mean?
He really is killing it. He
I
really
thought
is
you were-
killing it.
I thought that was a phenomenal shout out. I thought you was going to talk about Ernest. I felt like the moment we were having with him on the
Oh,
couch when he
yes.
was playing, like, we don't want to give away any secrets, but he was playing some bangers to where it's like knowing him before that chapter.
No,
takes
that's
off.
a good one too, because he's gonna have Ernest has got something in the bag that we can't talk about right now. But if he does what he's told us he might do, that's just gonna be cool as fuck.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be cool as fuck.
Mhm.
So we'll tell you guys afterwards, but that
Yeah.
shit is fire.
It's
Talk about the creative.
he sent me that.
genius.
He sent me it, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, he texted it to
In
me
the
yesterday.
little memos.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I need them. But bro,
Yeah.
his creative genius is
Bro,
insane.
we were
Don't
talking.
Forget, don't forget that
I
night.
know.
We wrote a South Park episode.
Bro, we wrote an entire South Park episode about. Can we even talk about it?
We can, but I feel we're gonna get
Yeah, I
into
said,
it. Like it's already
yeah.
been 2.5. We got to get to the rollback last question.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
this is a Mount Bus Morris episode. Like this has been
Yeah.
a phenomenal to have you back on when you were number
hell
one,
yeah.
bro.
Number one,
Hell
dude.
yeah,
And now you're
bro.
what? 192.
We got into
192.
We got into some weeds of your career, just talking from
Yeah.
different perspectives.
I
Like
know that was
this was
crazy.
banging.
And not being able to, not seeing you in a couple years too. It's
know,
outstanding.
I know.
It's
I
do,
outstanding to
man,
lay my eyes on you.
We did make a nice
Buddy,
South
that
Park
was. I
episode.
remember I was like, we should write this down.
Yeah.
it's that good.
Yeah.
Damn, you guys. Hey, those of you listening right now, it's a banger.
The South Park boys might need to hit us up. The basketball guys.
They
Yeah.
probably
wrote
would.
an episode that
they
needs to
probably
be coming
would.
out soon.
And it will be like an hour special. It is that good. All right, listen.
It's good.
This is the last question. We know you have to go. This is the Roback last question. For those of you with Roback, use code BOYS on roback.com for 20% off your first purchase. That's RHOBACK.com. And that code will be Bussin. That code will be BOYS, BOYS. They work with the best college athletes from Will Anderson to the boy Michael Mayer to Bijan Robinson. They also just dropped new performance joggers. So trust us, these things are going to be worth it. So use code BOYS to get 20% off. That's roback.com. Our question to you is top 3 tight ends in the game right now. And there's a second question and the best one coming up. Who are the top 3 boys out there?
Travis, number 1.
Your boss. He goes,
You don't think so?
Nah, he's a 49er guy.
fan.
I mean, Travis, Kettle, 2. This Kettle is 2, and then
Love how you saying Kettle.
I just how I say his name. I got and then 3 right now.
Greg Kettle.
Greg
Ooh.
Kettle.
Who is 3 right now? Who's caught my eye at the 3rd? I would have to say That's a tough one. I'm not really sure who's been balling in the third spot.
He's a tight end.
I can't say. I can't give you because you had one game. You can't. You
The old
can't.
boy from Baltimore, Andrews.
Andrews.
Mark
Oh, you
Andrews
know what?
is
Andrews been balling, but I wanted to say, buddy from Philly, but he got hurt because he started off ball. Yeah. So I'll go with Andrews because the dude from Philly got hurt. Excuse me.
Those backwoods. Not using those glass caps. Not using those glass caps.
So I go with Andrews. I think he's at top of his game right now. But for sure, the top two, and them boys, they can't be stopped. Is Travis and Kettle or Kittle. How you want?
Greg Kettle.
Greg Kettle.
Waller's been hurt all year. I
He
feel
been
like it's
hurt.
hard to kind of put
He
it.
ain't did nothing this year.
He's a beast. If he's
He'll be,
Hey.
but I'm
He
doing
came out with Turf
off-
Toe, his new song.
I'm doing it right now. You talking about in the game right now? Who's balling right now? And that's who I got.
You said Kelsey won right away. How far away is Kettle from Kelsey?
I not too far away, but I feel like Travis is consistent every year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's had like 1,000 yards every year.
Yeah, he consistent every year. I just don't see nobody else just really even comparing with him, especially with Patrick Mahomes right now and what they got. And they ain't even got a really top tier receiver, so he's gonna keep getting fed. Now you look at the 49ers, I know Debo took an injury yesterday, but they still got players around they tight end that can take away from his numbers. So
yeah.
that's what I look at.
Who's an up and comer, and why is it T.J. Hockenson?
I'm gonna think.
You don't think TJ's nice?
Yeah, I know. I think he's nice, but I'm gonna go with my own teammate Chig. I think Chig is up and coming. I think he just got to.
He's kind of like that, huh?
Yeah, I feel like he just got to understand that it's the same as college. You know what I mean? You that player. It got you here. Do what you was doing in college, and obviously the game is a little faster, but you have that ability to be that person. Like he gives us sprinkles of it. You know, it just got to be more consistent. I think that'll come over years of him just being in the offense and feeling comfortable and knowing that, hey, you the guy. So we're going to need you to step up. And I think he's starting to understand that. So I think Chig is an up-and-comer, especially with the Titans and having Derek. He can be a role for this team and make some big plays and also be up there in the top tier with the tight end. So
That's got to make you feel good if you're Chig listening to that right there.
Yeah, he was legit.
Delanie Walker?
In camp, he was legit doing that to guys too.
Really?
I was like, oh, this kid's going to be somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I think he's gotten the reference, Delanie Walker.
I was gonna say.
yeah, I mean, I talked
that's
to
a
him.
massive stamp of approval right there.
I think he got it, man. We kind of look similar on the field,
Yeah.
kinda the way we built. Once he get his,
You were bigger than him.
I was bigger than him, but I think once he get his feet under him and just really understand his role with the Titans, I think he gonna be big. He ain't gonna catch up to Travis and them right away, but it'll come.
He's also on the offense.
Huh?
Like Travis gets the ball.
Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
He's not in the
But
offense at the end.
he not able to do what
I don't
Travis
think
do. If
he's
you
got-
watch
he's not
Travis
got the
run
length that
routes,
Travis
yeah, but if
either.
watch Travis routes, you never know what he really doing because he'll run and it'll be somebody he'll just stop, and then he'll just throw him the ball. Some of his routes not even routes. He like me. I say that because when you is creative and you got the ability to kind of freelance out there with the offense, that's how you get the plays. Like people will tell you all the time, I didn't run the exact route that they told me to run. I ran to get open. And that's what he does. He runs to get open and when Chig understands that, but he can't do that now because he's not that player, they'll get upset at him and like, you didn't even run the route. But once he get to that point where he like, I'm going to run kind of the route, but I'm getting open because that's what it's all about. If I just ran the route they told me, I would have been covered every time. But I did to get the ball from Marcus. I'm like, I got to get open. Marcus is looking for me.
Yeah.
So I think once he understand that and get that ability, he just really need to watch. I will watch a lot of film of Travis too, just to understand that route running ability. And then
How important though is it to be on the same page with the quarterback?
very important.
Because you almost got to think the way they do. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, he's seen the coverage. I'm gonna just sit it
I'm
down
gonna sit
right
right here, and that's where it comes down to. You really got to be sync with your quarterback because you got to see what he's seeing. If you see it's a dude sitting over there, what you think the quarterback sees sitting over there? The dude standing right in the zone. Don't run over there because the quarterback gonna throw it to you. If you running over there, of course he gonna throw it over there. But if you stop and give him a landmark, he gonna make the right decision. And sometimes it's always put on the quarterback, but it's the receiver fault too. the quarterback don't have 4 eyes. He can't be looking over here while he reading the coverage and then he see you just crossing the field. He gonna throw the ball. He think you open. But you have the ability to look to the corner and see that he's sitting there. Stop, slow down. Don't run at full speed. Kind of like slow yourself down so he can put it on you. You can make a move. It's just a lot of things that go into play. But Travis does that the best to me. That's what I'm saying.
That was good.
That was an outstanding answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, just finding a soft spot, just getting open. You know what I mean?
Coach Bloss
Yeah, Coach Blasi back there, baby.
out there. Oh, you find a soft
Delaney,
spot?
appreciate you, brother.
Oh,
Hey,
thank y'all for
outstanding
having me, man.
podcast.
Everybody subscribe. Do all the shit, man. Leave comments.
Big hugs, tiny kisses.